Operation GCD with an Appalachian grin. Adventures and shenanigans, we're diving right in. Out in the holler where the secrets creep, garbage can dudes digging mighty deep. Secret societies, shadows in the pines. Operation GCD of American rebels design. Double J searching deep in his brain hole, past layers of melted hops and bone resin. From cults to cover-ups, we're talking about all of that. So watch your sixth friend and the truth we trust. The world's a puzzle, grunge rock ain't what it seems. Ancient alien cargo cults haunt the moon's pale beams. Cincinnati schemers, history's a haze. Double J's on the mic, lighting things ablaze. Operation GCD with an Appalachian grin. Adventures and shenanigans, we're diving right in. Join us on the journey and enjoy the show. Thanks for joining us to get a little GCD. The world's a puzzle, grunge rock ain't what it seems. Ancient alien cargo cults haunt the moon's pale beam. Cincinnati schemers, history's a haze. Double J's on the mic, lighting things ablaze. Hell, the world's a puzzle, grunge rock ain't what it seems. Ancient alien cargo cults haunt the moon's pale beams. Cincinnati schemers, history's a haze. Double J's on the mic, lighting things ablaze. Double J's on the mic, lighting things ablaze.
Boom! Yo, R.I.P. Let's kill it. Slice, baby. Slice, baby. All right, chop. Annihilate my victims. Mike is back with the same old obsession. Stalking, grab a hold of you tightly. Glow like a lantern, scaring you nightly. Will I ever stop? No. Laurie Strode, turn off the lights and I'll show. On Halloween, I rock a knife and go mental. Light up the shape and stab a nurse in the temple. Damn, blood dripping from my eye wounds. I'm killing insane in my mask and a jumpsuit. Deadly, when I slay a whole family. Anything less than your death is a hell to me. Trick it or treat it, so happy holiday. Shoot me 6 times and I'll still walk away. Laurie has a problem, she can't solve it. Check out the sting, gonna need to resolve it. Slice, baby.
Howdy, folks. Your host, Double J, back here, coming at you live from my studio / RV dining room, located directly inside America. Welcome back, folks, to the interwebs. Once again, your host of Operation GCD. Oh, there it is. JJ Vance here, and perhaps most notably, not the vice president, folks. Anyhow, thanks for joining me here tonight, folks of the interwebs, to get a little GCD. We got some Muppet attacks on Jimmy Bobby. Watch out, Jimmy. They got Ted twice with some lasers. Anyhow, I will be your pilot and navigator here for tonight's shenanigan-infused journey into the mind of this particular garbage can dude. And folks of the interwebs, I'm not going to lie to you. Got a real barn burner here on deck for y'all tonight. An occult and or esoteric review of the 1978 cinematic masterpiece, Halloween. So got that on deck here real quick before we get into those matters. Got a couple administrative notes here for you folks. Let's see here. First and foremost, let's see here. We got it's been an uptick in Ohio Bigfoot Cookie Monster sightings. So aside from lasers, you're going to want to look out for that too. And then 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times tomorrow night, Operation GCD Live Thursdays, The Anatomy of a Satanic Panic, starring everyone's favorite psychological warfare officer, allegedly Green Beret, although I'd like to see some evidence this doughy bastard passed any such physical fitness exam, especially special forces. And who has been helping subject us, all of America and much of the Western world, to this psychological warfare of a satanic panic for about the last 45 years plus. Feeling pretty panicked, folks. Feeling pretty panicked. And also, joining us in that tale will be his pal Laser Tag Ted. Maybe.
There's thousands of Americans out there. By the way, I've been shot with a laser beam twice.
Folks, they got Ted twice. Duck and cover. Stay vigilant. So that'll be tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. And then Friday night, Operation GCD Live Fridays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Joining me will be Dana Dudaw, and as a guest co-host, the other JJ. That dude's always out there trying to out JJ me, folks, and I'll have none of it. I may respect it, but I'll have none of it. And on that note, joining me here tonight for tonight's shenanigan-infused journey into this occult and or esoteric review of the 1978 cinematic masterpiece, Halloween, is the other JJ, host of Rise to Liberty, and Cosmic Peach, Julia the Cosmic Peach. Welcome back to both of you to Operation GCD for the very first time.
Yes, of course. Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for having me for my first time. I love Halloween.
Absolutely. I'm glad you can make it, Julie. You were going to be on maternity leave, and I'm glad you can make it back to join us on this one. I have been asking all of my routine and favorite guests here in Operation GCD their suggestions all month for film reviews, because horror film, yeah, it's not exactly my thing. You know what I mean? So, well, you know, I've seen this one before, obviously, but, you know. So this was actually the other JJ's recommendation, and it was your recommendation too, ma'am, before you were on maternity leave. So I'm glad we could bring it all together.
Yeah,
so
I'm excited.
Before we go any further, Cosmic Peach, Julia, what's new since last Friday when you were on here?
Oh, you know, just momming it up. Nothing too exciting over here. I did thoroughly enjoy our conversation, though, a couple days ago on the Ed Gein. I think that we covered a lot of ground. Hopefully this one is just as good. You know, as a spoiler before we get started, I hope we can get around to talking about Jamie Lee's trans beehole. So looking forward to it.
I knew it was coming at some point, ma'am. That's why we didn't tee it up for you in our previous discussions. So, you know, and yeah, this is if you're inferring this is not going to be a barn burner, ma'am, I think you were sorely mistaken.
I think it will be.
No, I'm actually a big fan of this. As far as horror films go, I am a big fan of this one. As far as you know, it is a good film. You know, it's not just some, you know, the remakes. I'd argue that Rob Zombie version is a little bit of a grotesque satanic shit show, but you know, this one at least is a good film in my opinion.
Colby likes the Rob Zombie. He had me watch it just the other night, and it's got some stuff in there that's for damn sure. It's got more of like a psychological thing going on than the original, that's for sure.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure.
Before we go any further on, I just want to put a pin in this note. This film has had such an impact on our society across all mechanisms and measures of media. A lot of M's there. But we saw the parody there in the beginning, Slice, Baby.
Mm-hmm.
I got some other examples of this kind of cultural impact this film has had. I use that one as an intro, one, because I find it hilarious. And two, because I was once threatened to get my ass kicked by Vanilla Ice over the phone. When after I dropped the phone in laughter, I picked it back up and called him a telephone tough guy and said, "Let's do it, Mr. Ice." So
how did that even?
You'll enjoy that parody.
How did that even come about, JJ?
It's a longer tale than it's a long. We can take a detour if we need to, man. But it's a longer tale than I was planning on getting into tonight. I just want to drop a little quick note on a little name drop there for if anyone's listening.
Well, what people don't know that the people out there watching right now is that was actually JJ in the mask in this Slice
Baby. Spoiler alert. There's actually a conspiracy theory rolling around that I'm RR channel, the CIA AI bot Bill Colby Ball Washer. It's always in my chat. As soon as you call his name, as soon as you speak the devil's name, ma'am, he will show up.
That's hilarious.
So you got anything else you're working on over there at Cosmic Peach Podcast other than this barn burner tonight?
No, I mean, I'm always trying to come up with new series. I like to do like 4-part series on random topics. I have like the government cheese killer and the Bell Beefer and Program to Kill. All those are super fun. Love working on those. It's been harder to get research done, these last couple days, but I'm always down to join you for any serial killer / Scott Peterson, OJ did not do it conversations.
Yes,
those are my favorite.
It sounds like we got ourselves a John Gacy show cooking.
I think so. Yeah. All three of us know a lot about the case. At some point, though, I would love to do a possibly a Chris Watts did not do it episode. Because
I've actually been solicited quite a bit for that one. I've taken quite a bit of look at that. That's an interesting one as well, man.
Interesting to say the least. Yeah, for sure. But thanks for having me. I'm excited for this one.
Yes, ma'am. Now, there is a fellow by the name of John Cameron, retired Great Falls police detective, retired homicide detective. You may know a case he's infamous for. He's the man who brought to justice the kid-diddling, cannibalistic, psychopathic serial killer, Nathaniel Barr Jonah, to justice back in Great Falls, Montana in 2001. This is the man I came face-to-face with in the Cascade County Jail in 2001, in the same fella who may or may not have served me human meat burgers. The serial killer, not Detective Cameron, at the local Hardee's in Great Falls in 2000. So
important
John
distinction.
Cameron searched. What's that, sir?
Important distinction.
Yeah, got to clear that up. John Cameron asserts that Ed Edwards is the one behind the Chris Watts family's murder.
Interesting.
If okay, let's just say, not to tangent, but if this is a real case, I want to see the bodies in the oil silo, because that's apparently what he did. Is he murdered his family and dumped their bodies in an oil silo? But I didn't see any fucking bodies. There's no crime scene photos. I didn't see them bringing any bodies out of the silos. I did not see. I mean, so this could be another case of, is it just theater?
You bring up some very interesting points, ma'am, and one things that must be considered, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, Other JJ, aka Jacob J, welcome back to Operation GCD, sir, for your first time. And what else is new at Rise of Liberty podcast since we've last convened on these serial killer topics here last Fridays?
So, I mean, not a whole lot. I mean, I've got some really cool stuff coming up, but nothing new as of the last time I was here. Other than I had a really interesting interaction with a well-known Instagram influencer by the name of Angel Dust. It was
an unfortunate nickname, but I'd like to hear more about this, sir.
Yeah, so he's an okay influencer, he covers like a lot of like Illuminati stuff or whatever. And allegedly he says that he's, part of these families, and considering what he says, I could believe it. I don't think it's true, but there are just like some things that I know for a fact that you wouldn't really be able to know unless you were actually in these families. But that's besides the point. I sent him actually this article that I did about Charlie Kirk, or the Charlie Kirk coverage. And so I sent it to him, and part of it, I break down the left versus right, how it's being used against us, the framing. And he said, "Oh yeah, great article. Totally awesome." And then like a few hours later, he comments on a meme I posted, just a meme. I didn't even make the meme. And it was framed in a left-right paradigm. And he was like, "Oh, you still think it's left versus right?" And I was just like, oh my God, like you didn't actually read that article, did you? I don't know. It just kind of stuck in my craw.
Dude. Too much work.
Right.
Reading articles, dude. Too much work, dude. No, I read that article. It's a good piece, sir. I highly recommend that one.
Thank you.
Because
yeah,
there's numerous factions and numerous psyops, I would argue, in that Kirk
Right.
situation. I don't want to derail this with any ice tales or Kirk tales, but
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, and the only reason I added Charlie Kirk to it is really just because that's like, the topic right now. But literally everything in that article applies to almost everything all the time. So it is universal, and it's just good stuff for everyone to know how a lot of this stuff just works, because it literally is the same thing, just recycled over and over and over again.
yes, sir.
Which is what
100.
frustrates
On that
me.
note, sir. On that note, if I may, speaking of recycling. My favorite AI CIA bot, Bill Colby, ball washer. Welcome to the show, sir. Good to see you're always wrong, and glad to see you're here on time when we mention you.
This is new to me.
This is an ongoing affair I have here. Yeah, he thinks murking 32,000 women and children is acceptable, and quote to fight quote unquote communism. He's a muppet. He's a muppet. I always tell him, tell those Muppets down at Langley, I said, go fuck yourselves. Tonight's program is the 1978 cinematic masterpiece Halloween, an occult and or esoteric review. Like I was saying, this film is, as far as horror films go, I realize there's a lot of horror films that have impact, Scream, etc., etc. This one, though, may perhaps the most, on and above just that slice baby parody.
Yeah, I would say a runner-up to this would probably be like, for me, my generation would probably be Scream. I mean, if we're just going off masks, we got
mask stuff,
Mike Myers, and then Ghostface. Maybe like Jason, the Jason mask is pretty popular. Freddy Krueger, some shit like that. But, right. I don't know if we're jumping right into it, but this mask was accident,
I actually did not know that. We are not jumping right into it, ma'am. How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. I would like to say, though, if anyone's unfamiliar with this film, which I highly doubt anyone is, I do think perhaps he's a misunderstood man, this Michael Myers.
Is he, though?
I suggest so, perhaps. I have actually a video to suggest these things as well. Would you like to watch it, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. How about you, sir? If you say no, I'm still playing anyway. But that's why.
Play away.
Let me see what I got here. That ain't it. And her 1978 rom-com. Halloween rom-com.
Oh my God, JJ! Only you would find shit. I got one.
I found it on YouTube. That's like 15 years old. It's been on YouTube a long time. I just recently discovered it, and I've laughed my dick in the dirt quite a few times. To be honest with you.
The way that they replayed his.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. That's my favorite part when he's dancing. Michael Myers' little groove there.
So
Michael Myers shuffle.
Colby showed me one that was Mrs. Doubtfire, but as a horror movie.
Yeah, that one's
that
great.
shit is so creepy.
Yeah,
I love totally works as a horror movie.
Oh, I love those things when they do the retelling of the films. Have you ever seen the one with Karate Kid where he's the bad guy? Daniel Russo's the guy?
Yeah,
one of my favorite retellings. It makes so much more sense when you see Johnny's the protagonist in the film.
Right. So I
have no idea. We're getting someone activated the alien weather devices here. We've had a storm just hovering over us all day.
Yeah, which is so weird. And of course it would happen with this show. But yeah, I had no idea that you didn't know that the mask was a complete fluke.
Yeah.
It's actually William Shatner's face. And all they did is
I thought that was true, but I didn't know that was
Yep.
all by accident. I thought maybe they hired old Shats for the job.
so. I mean, what it was is, I mean, they were working on an extremely limited budget. I mean, it's like really low budget, like kind of like a
Like
film
Taco Bell
school.
value menu.
Yeah, it's
Low
It's like
budget.
virtually nothing.
I love your Taco
Yeah.
Bell references. Beef burritos.
Mhm. Dollar menu budget.
What's his
Right.
name? I'm sorry, not beef burritos. What's his name again?
Bell Beefer.
Bell Beefers. My apologies, Bell Beefers.
But yeah, I mean, they kind of just they needed something for the shape, because that's how it was written in the script, and that's what they came across. They, like, somebody brought it to set one day, spent, I think it was like $2, $3, something on it, and then they just made a few modifications, and boom, there we have Michael Myers.
It was a Star Trek mask.
Yes.
I mean, I got a theory on that.
Because Shad seems like an occultist. He did that Devil's Reign in 1974, where John Travolta was not a co-star, but he was on the cast. That's when old Johnny T joined Scientology, and Anton LaVey was the technical advisor.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that
You
either.
want to see a picture? And they're hugging it out on the set.
Of course.
Yeah, I gotta see now.
Someone's got some picture up here for me. What have we got?
Yeah. So silly.
Is this how you spent
but
your day, JJ?
That's a good example of the memes it's generated, the
Yep.
costumes, the sequels, the remakes.
Right.
The weird couple in Decatur, Illinois.
What do you mean, dude?
Rug peers didn't.
That's not the right clip.
A Northeast Indiana family's Halloween fun has become a viral sensation. In a city of roughly 10,000 folks, one man has more than 2 million people following along with his holiday fun. Fox 55 Drew Fry introduces us to the Michael Myers of Decatur.
What started as a Halloween costume has now taken over the small community of Decatur. I'm told that Michael Myers walks these streets throughout the month of October, although this one does have a bit of a flair for comedy. You'll find him at high school sporting events, or even out on the local golf course.
Michael, that's so bad.
Just look out your window in the month of October, and there's a good chance you'll see Michael Myers of Decatur.
We just wrote a Halloween.
The high school auditorium was all chanting Michael Myers. They're not real. I mean, like, objectively speaking, that's kind of fucking weird.
It is. It is. I mean, he is in that character, the shape, the boogeyman, is entirely pervasive all the way throughout culture. I mean, all the way back, so I actually spent a lot of time in the haunt industry. Early on through the 90s, during the 80s.
Golfing, sir? So a Satanist thing? What are we talking here?
No, like just haunted houses,
Yeah,
So,
I feel like, but I'm saying, what got you there? How did you get there?
I was a vegetable farmer, and the farm that I worked on held a harvest festival every year.
Oh, on the property.
Yep.
Oh, so you
So,
became
that's big
half the
business.
year you were a vegetable farmer, the other half you were a carny, or a portion of the year you were a carny.
Basically, yeah. So I started as a haunt actor in high school, and then I moved to working, the farm full time, and then during the harvest season, I would set dress and help design the haunt and help build it, and I would do maintenance and security during the actual season. But point of me bringing that up,
that sounds kind of awesome.
yeah, no, it was honestly, I would still be doing it if there was any money left in it, But being a farmer in the United States these days is just, you can't make any money.
How about being a carny? What's the situation?
Being a carny? I mean, not really. You know,
I feel like they don't pay these folks much of these haunted places. You know, the actors and whatnot. They probably get what, $10 an hour, maybe something like that.
I mean, most places just pay kind of like a flat rate. The place I worked at actually paid actors hourly, which was fucking awesome during high school. You know.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. But point of me bringing that up is that, you know, almost every haunted house for the longest time, even now, had a Michael Myers in it. You know, it's like he literally is everywhere.
How much you want to bet that the haunted houses this year are going to be silly with fucking Ed Gein and dress up fucking? They're going to do Texas Chainsaw. They're going to have, you know, big fat guys in their mom's underwear with skin masks and.
Most of them are actually
right.
Most of them are actually integrating Art the Clown from Terrifier. So.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I don't even know that reference, sir. It's okay.
JJ, you need to get out more, okay? You need to get out more.
I think that's up for dispute. I've been out, and it's nothing exciting about it.
Touche.
At least you've seen Halloween.
I live in a bunker.
Okay?
I do live in a van down by the river, and I am not thrice divorced, but you know, I'm living a very Matthew Foley lifestyle.
Hey, that's glamorous these days.
Dude, you could have told me 25 years ago that I'd be living this dream right now. I wouldn't have believed you. Just saying.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh shit. So no, I think this film has had such an impact across our culture, not just in the horror genres. Yeah. Obviously. There's not a Halloween that goes by, an actual like holiday Halloween, not film Halloweens. It's just not to get them conflated. There's not. I always see Michael Myers. I've been to numerous Halloween events already this year with my son, and there's Michael Myers at every event.
Right.
You know, sometimes I wish they would dress up as the Canadian Michael Myers. That's slightly scarier, perhaps. But the horror film Michael Myers guy, he's everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, and it kind of makes you wonder why. I mean, because I love the film. I mean, obviously, right? But I mean, it's not really that great of a film, you know, like objectively speaking.
I have a whole theory about this.
I object to all of these things. I think it was made, I think for 1 and 2 was split up by the studio, and it should have been a one part film. Then it would have made a lot more sense.
100%. It should have never had any sequels. Although Halloween 3 is probably
not official, unofficial, sir.
Yeah, it's unofficial, but I mean, it's
is
still
that film?
Great.
What is? I don't dislike it. But what is it?
So what Halloween was actually supposed to be? It was supposed to be like a anthology of different Halloween stories. So stories that would take place on Halloween, kind of like Trick or Treat, or
they did a show like that on Netflix where it was holidays, and it was like a serial killer for every holiday, like Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween.
Sure.
Yeah. So when John Carpenter wrote it, he never intended for it to blow up the way that it did. And he actually never planned on there being any Michael Myers sequels at all. He didn't want them. The only reason he wrote and directed part 2 was because of a contract obligation, which he tried to get out of. And he even hates it these days.
In 7 figures. And he's like, "Hey, John, we'll check out the 7-figure check we're going to write you."
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, he is kind of a duplicitous bastard, and he is a commie. So, you know.
So then how did we end up from an anthology to this film then? Because we get Laurie Strode in a love affair with her brother. Don't judge. And as we saw in that trailer, right? It's a rom-com.
Yeah.
I actually look at a lot of the other movies that he made to kind of round out what type of person I think he is. Have you ever seen In the Mouth of Madness?
Oh yeah.
I mean, this dude is.
This is a John Carpenter film?
Shit. I think so, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard of it. So Donald Pleasance exclusively plays creepy characters in his career, right?
Who?
On that same note.
Oh, yeah.
Donald Pleasance. I'm not a big horror person, so I don't know the John Carpenter. I don't celebrate the entire catalog of John Carpenter like I do like Corey Feldman.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And I do. It's obviously a joke. I'm being somewhat facetious, but Corey Feldman is very much as Halloween as anyone else is, right? As far as cinema goes, right?
Right.
He dresses up as Michael Jackson every year.
Dude, every day. He's always in goth, dude. He's always in goth. He did all those. Check it out. He did Gremlins, right? He did Lost Boys, classic vampire film. And he did this obscure 90s film that I love, Bordello of Blood, starring Dennis Miller.
What about The Burbs?
Yeah, there's no vampires, just killer folks.
Okay, well, still, it's.
Then you got the
That's a
Goonies.
good point, though, but you're making my point, ma'am. He's as much Halloween as anyone else could be, right? As far as cinema goes, right? John Carpenter is legendarily known for Halloween and being a horror film director, but I would argue, we should celebrate Corey Feldman on Halloween.
I'm down. I'll dress like him and everything. I'll get the glove. I'll do the dancing.
In order to help us in this endeavor, ma'am and sir, I do have us a clip. Maybe.
Notice anything unusual about Santa Carla yet?
No. It's a pretty cool place. If you're a Martian.
Or a vampire?
Can I hold him?
Sure. I don't see why not. He seems to like you. Great. Thanks a lot.
My name is Rafe Gutman. Gutman Investigations.
My brother's been gone for days.
This is your brother? Wow. Same parents?
Universal Pictures presents Dennis Miller.
We should split and get some really bad juju off this place.
In a new tale, so sexy.
Cool.
Can I watch? And so terrifying.
Don't.
He's in Halloween costume. You're right, man. He's in costume 24/7 as Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson did a number on that man's beehole.
If we're talking about beeholes and Corey Feldman, I mean, this is obviously the most important thing we could talk about right now.
I mean, allegedly, according to him, according to Corey, Michael Jackson never did a thing to him.
Okay, but his beehole got ripped and ran through. I can't remember who did it, but he said
Let's be honest about the situation. Something happened to that young boy for him to go dancing around like Michael Jackson for the next 50 years.
I mean, you don't work in Hollywood as a kid without getting diddled. Period. You just don't.
Period.
I mean, look at every single child star ever.
By the way, Gremlins is a Christmas movie, not Halloween.
I second that.
What is this? What are these
Gremlins is a Christmas
it's a Christmas movie. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a self.
Not Halloween.
I'm gonna put it in there. So I'm still going in my ode to Corey Feldman for Halloween. I love Corey Feldman's entire catalog of work. I love to laugh at it, is what I mean, but nonetheless.
I mean, he's like a guitar god, though.
Oh man, I love it. Music. It's terrible, isn't it?
It's so terrible.
Is it even music? I'm just curious. Like,
well, it's entertainment. We can leave it at that, right? We can agree on it's entertainment, though, right?
It's like a circus act for
music
real.
Like it's music
it's
adjacent.
Music adjacent. Oh, see, JJ, we're on the same page for sure.
For sure. So, when we're getting into John Carpenter territory, though, he is also known as kind of the king of Halloween, not just the director of this film.
Right.
Sure.
I mean,
it's
he's
like
done
I
a lot.
said, yeah, like the Mouth of Madness. I'm so sure that's him, right? It was part of like and Christine. You have
Yeah.
to have seen Christine, JJ.
Yeah,
I
and
seen
then
Christine.
of course the Thing.
Oh, the movie?
The
No, I seen
Fog.
different Christine I was talking about. My bad.
Yeah, I mean he's done a lot, and I mean he is a great horror director, but I mean I would argue Wes Craven's more important to the genre. But it's really hard to ignore, you know, the breakout movies that John Carpenter has made.
Right. Look at this right here. It says the Apocalypse trilogy, The Thing, Prince of Darkness, and In the Mouth of Madness.
Yep.
When I watched this movie for the first time, I was like PTSD traumatized. Just so you know, JJ, you should do a fucking occult and or esoteric review of this shit because it's
Sounds like
crazy.
Sounds like we need a old priest and a young priest here on this one. We need an exorcist.
Yeah, no kidding. But so yeah, this one's really fucked up. I think the guy could be an occultist himself. There's some like really weird stuff that he includes in his movies. This one I think is like more of a weird psychological one than something like Halloween. But the way that he scores his movies, it's simplistic, but it's so creepy. I mean, everybody knows the Halloween song.
Right.
Like if you went anywhere and heard it, you'd be like, "Oh, Michael Myers." You would know.
Well, the Thing's not even a monster throughout most of the entire film, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
You don't see
Look
what I'm
at
saying.
this-
You don't see it. It's like a psychological thriller aspect of the entire situation.
Yeah,
Pretty
it says
much.
based on Lovecraft. Is that right? In the
Yeah,
Mouth
it
of
is.
Madness.
No, it is. That's what I was
based
going to
on-
say. That's a good comment.
Oh,
Thank you,
look
Marianne,
at that.
when
I
you're talking
didn't
about,
even
well,
know
that's the
that.
Typhonian OTO folks right there. They love themselves. Well, they're the offshoot of the OTO. My apologies. The Typhonian folks,
Right.
Peter Levenda and gang, they love themselves some Lovecraft.
Well, see, I didn't even know that shit. And the first time I watched that movie, I was like, "Oh, this guy, he's into something," because it's just so creepy and weird.
Well, I mean that's why he's been accepted in Hollywood, or still is accepted in Hollywood. Once again,
Mhm.
you don't work in Hollywood unless you're into some weird shit, and he's been
Holly
around.
Weird, sir. Holly Weird.
Right. Exactly.
Weird.
I mean, he could probably call up almost any studio right now and get funding for any movie that he wanted to do at this point, you know?
But it's like you said
Really?
earlier.
He's still that relevant, you think? Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not actually scary though. Like I don't, you know what I mean? If you go back and you look at like horror movies that are still relevant to today, in my opinion, or not the greatest horror movie of all time is probably The Exorcist, the original one. Or like The Shining, something like that, in my opinion, stands the test of time. I fucking could take a nap through Halloween. It's a staple in the horror genre, but it's not like it was just like terrifying or anything.
Right.
I mean, the guy doesn't fucking die. There's a million Halloween movies and you could get shot in the head, his legs torn off, fucking, they could do beehole stuff to him. He never dies.
Well,
there's surprisingly a lack of beehole stuff involved in Michael Myers' activities, right? He doesn't do a lot of beehole activities. He's just out there stabbing folks.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, like the story, though, I mean, you got to put it in context of the time too. So in the 70s and everything, this would have been terrifying because it's kind of a extension of like the call coming from inside the house, urban legend, you know?
Oh,
So-
like
It does. It kind of wraps together a lot of the boogeyman, the call inside the house. A lot of those urban legends are wrapped up in this, right?
Yep, the babysitter.
when a stranger calls.
Yes.
Isn't that what
Babysitter.
when
Exactly.
a stranger calls?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay,
Exactly.
well let's go from this perspective then. Maybe it's not scary because he's a serial killer. Maybe it's scary because he's just supposed to be a regular guy that's like programmed to killish. That's got to be the scariest aspect.
So I think part of it, like what it is because if you just take the first movie, he's a little kid that kills his sister for no explanation at all, like just none. And then he gets locked up in a mental institution and studied by a doctor who decides to take him on as like his personal, like his opus magnum project.
Oh,
for
so you're
his,
saying Dr. Loomis is his handler?
almost, yeah. But
That's why
here's
I
the
said
thing,
programmed to
Doctor,
killishness.
he didn't meet Loomis until after he was in the hospital. So
Right. But I'm saying
Right, but
you're
they
going to take a
look for
violent
people
offender
in the
like that
fucking
and
mental
turn him into a
hospitals.
monster, right?
of
Go
course
ahead.
they would, but he's already a murderer by this point, is what I'm saying.
Well, so is Edward Wynne Edwards, sir. And then they got put in the Chillicothe Federal Reformatory in
Right.
1952.
I'm not saying that he's
Manson.
not. I'm not saying that he's not programmed to kill, but this is what I'm saying is that he is just like a regular. I mean, he was a kid. He was like 7, 8
was he,
years
7?
old. Yeah, he was like 7, 8 years old, and then just murdered his sister, naked, mind you, but just murdered her after
Well,
she
he was
spent
wearing
a
a
night with
clown
her
outfit,
boyfriend.
though, right? Was he doing
Right.
clown stuff?
Yeah. He put on the mask as he was walking up the stairs with a butcher knife or a chef's knife, and went up and just stabbed her right in the chest. And then he like walked out of the house and just like stood there all frozen, like he was like hypnotized.
That's right.
I might be confusing the Rob Zombie one with the original one now. It was just his sister in the original one. It wasn't like a slew of fucking people.
Right.
No,
yeah.
just Judith.
Yep. Just
okay.
Judith.
All right. Well, even still, in the Rob Zombie one, I think it gives you like a little bit more perspective of, he had like a trash home life and his mom was a stripper and he had some kind of weirdo guy living in the house and stuff like that. But
well, he goes on that little rampage, though, right? He goes on a little rampage after killing.
Yeah, he kills like a kid at school and stuff. But I think it's scarier actually with the original one. You'd never know why the fuck he's like that. Like,
exactly.
It just opens up and it's like, oh, this little kid just fucking murdered the shit out of his sister. Okay, check.
Right.
And then he goes to the mental institution, and where you actually never know why he's like that. But I get it.
Did anyone ever ask the status of young
backstory,
Michael Myers, beehole man? Did anyone ever ask that question?
What is the status of
the compromised or uncompromised? Was this guy getting diddled? Is that what caused this?
I think in the Rob Zombie one, his beehole was compromised.
100%.
We can only speculate on the beehole of the original Halloween, Michael Myers. It could or could not be intact, but forever immortalized William Shatner's Star Trek face.
No
and
kidding.
He's the boogeyman. I will say, if you're ready for my grand theory why I think they picked that mask.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Let's do it.
So are either of you familiar with a little someone named Fritz Springmeier?
Yes.
You mean Victor E. Shoup, the son of the CIA agent, the convicted Nazi domestic terrorist, Victor E. Shoup, Fritz Springmeier?
Oh, you're not a fan?
Can't say I'm a fan, man. Can't say I'm a fan.
Well, then I'll just go get fucked with my theory then, because half of it came from Fritz Springmeier.
No, please continue. Don't let me deter you from that.
No, you already did. Fuck it. No, I'll tell you.
I ruined it for. Did I ruin it for you?
Yeah, you did.
Ruin it for
you
everybody.
clinched my beehole when you said that, because I had no idea. But so listen up. This is totally. It could be nothing, but Fritz Springmeier wrote this book and he put all this stuff in there about how they use the William Shatner Star Trek series as programming in these weird fucking underground like he would say they would go in these tunnels and get like Clockwork Oranged with their fucking eyeballs wide open, and they would just have to watch Star Trek all day. And I think it's weird that they're making this immortalized boogeyman, and the face that they chose is from Star Trek, and whether or not people realize it, it's become a staple of horror. So I think that could be something of note, or maybe Fritz Springmeier sucks beeholes, according to JJ. We'll never know.
I think he's a Colby's queer man. I often say we got to look at the folks presenting us these messages, not only the date in which they're presenting, but the source of where it's coming from, and perhaps what their intent may be. So we have a son of a. Here are some of the known knowns of. He never legally changed his name. He claimed he did. He was convicted as Victor E. Shoof for domestic terror, connected to the Aryan Nations compound in northern Idaho. He fucking blew up a building.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
Yeah, it's in the federal court record, dude.
No,
he had a meeting
shit.
with the Aryan Nations a weekend or week or month or couple, and immediately preceding his domestic terror event, he went to the Bill Colby's Queers compound. Salute to our channel and those Muppets at Langley. He had the that's what I call that. That's the Bill Colby's Queers compound up there now. It's the Operation Gladio. Israel Keys is a combination of both. He's the Phoenix program come home satanic serial killer. He's connected up, and Gladio. He's connected up there. So and all of them Nazis. But so yeah, dude, Victor E. Shoof blew up a building in Portland to deter authorities while they robbed a bank, and then they indiscriminately fired towards women and children. Apparently, no one was hit, but I can't condone any of these actions.
Okay, well, can we just say maybe he put some true stuff out there, because I feel like they do that.
Oh, he is.
That's what I'm saying. You got to discern some of it stuff. You have to also understand he is the son of a CIA agent who was appointed to West Point by Bob Dole. He was probably.
Why did you have to tell me that and literally ruin my fucking Halloween?
Ripping the mask off, ma'am. Ripping the mask off. Ripping the mask off.
I literally have read all of his stuff, and I even listened to him on podcasts.
Yeah,
I thought he was like the realest shit.
Yeah, he does tours still. He'll say John Todd, great guy. John Todd, also a Nazi, spooky guy with Fort Bragg histories, connected to that same Aryan Nations compound. Friend of Randy Weaver in the 80s, preceding Ruby Ridge. And John Todd, also a kid diddler, a former, quote unquote, former Satanist. He was a friend of Fred Springmeyer. Fred Springmeyer will still go around today in tours. John Todd, great guy. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, well, thanks for ruining my Halloween.
Hey, I'm here to ruin your. I'm here to rip the mask off, man. Let's look at Michael Myers' face.
Yeah, I bet he looks like actual William Shatner under there. They just like
William Shatner under that thing. I'm out of here.
Oh my god. Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, that's my grand theory. Why they may have chose that mask, or it could have just been a happy accident and that one was on clearance that day at the Halloween store.
I would argue you're onto something. If I may add some details, some known knowns about old Billy Schatz there. Besides the Devil's Reign film, he was a known associate of Bob Cocaine Evans.
Oh, fuck you!
No way.
Yeah, dude. In fact, homeboy who do you think made Star Trek was Paramount?
Right.
Oh, good point.
Good point.
And Gene Roddenberry, I think Bob Cocaine were probably in the same sex cult. Roddenberry was always trying to get his side piece on the set. And they're like, "Look here, Gene, you can't put your girlfriend here. Your wife's going to be upset about that kind of thing." These were the kind of matters going on there. It was a short-lived series, only on like 3 years, right?
Yeah, and
I really
bombed.
love. You're right. I love the remakes. Just throwing that out there, Chris Pine.
I'm a fan of the original, but I was always more of a fan of Twilight Zone anyways. But
me too. Fuck.
Yeah,
you should have done a Twilight Zone episode, JJ.
Something on the Wing?
Yeah, well, that one, and there's like a slew of other ones we could talk about.
He's famous for that one, though, right? There's Something on the Wing guy. You know that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He was known basically as that guy until they brought back Star Trek, and then he was basically still known as the Something on the Wing guy, kinda, until he started doing those Priceline commercials. I'm not a Shatner fan, if you've noticed.
I'm not a Shatner fan either.
Didn't he go to space or some shit
you
like
mean
that?
To tell me he went to space?
Didn't
Captain Kirk?
Well, they said he did, right? They took his ass somewhere.
He went to space just as much as Katy Perry did.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is like he's part of this whole facade of like celebrity.
For sure.
I would tell you, but I can't.
And ancient alien cargo cultists have to convince us of their worldviews, right? So they give us that in their fictions with the Star Treks and Star Wars. Star Wars happened a long time ago, ancient, in a galaxy far, far away, alien. So
but also somehow in the future.
And somehow it's now, dude. We don't even understand time, do we?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But in 1978, I can tell you what folks of America understood was much like The Exorcist, as you mentioned before. This film scared the shit out of folks, Blair Witch style. Now, I'd seen Blair Witch at the theaters.
I've seen Blair Witch too.
I seen folks crying. Did you see folks crying at the theaters? Did that happen?
I thought it was fucking a couple years. I was really young, so
I was 18, but there was folks departing the theater in tears within the first 10 or 15 minutes. I'm like, what is going
People
on? This
really
is like my third or
reacted
fourth
like
viewing,
that
so
to
I'm like,
Halloween.
I think so. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. They did The Exorcist.
Dude, people threw up and had seizures and shit when they went
That's
to go
what
see
I'm
The
saying,
Exorcist.
dude.
I
This-
covered
this
that
was-
last year.
These were monumental events and like kind of very seminal events there in cinema, because you got to think.
Oh yeah,
a lot of it's pretty campy through that time frame of cinema.
Yeah, I mean,
the 70s was like a great time for film, because I mean you started getting like the exploitation and a bunch of like grindhouse films, and I mean that's when horror really started like becoming like what it was going to be all the way throughout the 80s.
Are you talking about Roger Corman, sir?
Not necessarily. I mean, there were so many like influential films that came out in the 70s. I mean, we're talking Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Rosemary's Baby, The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Last House on the
Baby
Left.
was 67. No, objection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it was Bob Cocaine Evans' first order of business at Paramount. I'm a Bob Cocaine Evans super fan, not in the sense that I like him, but in the sense that I know much about him.
So I mean, you've got The Last House on the Left. You've got
ooh, that was a spooky one.
Yeah. What was the
I
other
like the
one?
remake of that one.
You got the original. You got the original. I Spit on Your Grave. Like you've got all of these grindhouse.
Ooh, Evil Dead 2.
Dead. Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a great period for film and especially for horror, because I mean this goes from basically that the end of the 60s wasn't super great because it was kind of just like a repeat of what they did throughout the 40s, right? Because during the 50s was the explosion of sci-fi. And then sci-fi kind of died out in the 60s. It was kind of a repeat. And then the 70s kind of rejuvenated the horror, the horror genre, basically.
And I think
with
Scream
Exorcist
did that
and Texas
too.
Chainsaw Massacre, right?
Yeah, I mean, those were some of the big breakouts. And then, of course,
But
Halloween
both
78.
of those films have a Bob Cocaine Evans score of 1.
That's so crazy. Oh, somebody put Amityville. I love the Amityville.
Yes, the original.
Those are really good.
I think a lot of these things, my general thesis and a lot of how this stuff gets into our film and society after that is it's all degrading society, because that's these cult fuckers who are trying to convince us of their worldviews.
Yeah,
it's no different. The aliens and Satanists, the epicenter is like right here, and the greatest example of that is Mikey Aquino, old Muppet Mike,
right,
and Colonel John Alexander. So you have the epicenter of all the modern day alien nonsense, psyops, with the Satan guy.
See, I'm going to push back just a little bit. I don't think it's I don't believe the horror genre is meant to like get us on board with them. It's totally meant to desensitize us. So once they do introduce their ideas on the grand scale, everyone just kind of accepts it.
I think there's a little bit of both. I think we're saying a little bit of the same things. I like to use David Berkowitz. I don't like to use my own words, sir. I like to use David Berkowitz and these other Satanists or propagandists, and that matters. And to make my point, he says that the reason why they were trying to degrade society as the cult, the process, was in order to create an environment where the Antichrist could be born. He says the cult's philosophy is the Antichrist cannot be born in the world of good.
Right.
Oh,
but first they have to desensitize people to it, otherwise they're not going to accept it.
Sure, well, that's part of the campaign of that whole effort, right? And then you also have the aspect of they want us to believe in their alien nonsense.
If you will just humor me about a small theory I'm just coming up with on the spot that makes sense to me. They rolled out the serial killer fucking program in the 60s, right? With the Manson family and all that shit. And then in the 70s, they start all these weird ass horror movies where the monster is a real guy. Freddy Krueger, weird pedophile guy, Jason, Mike Myers. It's like, you don't have to be afraid of a creature as much as you should be afraid of just regular human beings that have just gone fucking psychopathic, because that's what they want you to believe.
Right.
Lone nut psychopaths will show up
No, you
and
are
murder your
100%.
fucking ass.
You are 100% correct on that. And that's why Texas Chainsaw was such a big deal. Because, I mean, that literally was, you know, just some backwoods Texas family that were cannibals that, you know, just went crazy, you know?
You're right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we see that financed by the Colombo crime family, and not only any Colombo crime family, at the same time they're working with Bob Cocaine Evans to do The Godfather.
Right.
And the same time they're financing the first above ground pornography, Deep Throat.
Right.
And that premieres in a Process Church Theater, the Pussycat Theater in West Hollywood. So that's what I mean by this is the degradation by the cult of society.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we talked about this in the last episode, but the movie Psycho probably really started everybody's periods because it's some weird guy that's got a crush on his mom who fucking is a taxidermy fucking weirdness, right? And then is also much like the main character in Halloween, some kind of a tranny. And it's got to be it had to be like totally shocking to watch something like that when Psycho came out.
So
for sure, dude. Again, it's like and if you're thinking about it in a kind of you want to go Program to Kill on or MK Ultra, the entire situation about the entire society. You look at all the lights, the sounds, the terror you get in the film. It's no different than an MK Ultra experiment, but on a mass scale, if you ask me, with Psycho specifically.
Psycho and Halloween. I said before the score.
Yeah.
The Exorcist, Tubular Bells.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows that shit. Everybody recognizes that shit. It's part of like, you know, actually I would include Poltergeist in there with the, you know,
on a mound. Steven Spielberg does good stuff.
I think, you know, I watch Poltergeist every year, you know, for Halloween, and it's the soundtrack for that is also iconic to me.
Well,
but anyways,
man, if I've learned anything about anything in this life, watching Steven Spielberg or Stephen King stories, you don't do things on mounds. You don't build things on mounds, cemeteries on mounds, houses on mounds. The ghosts will come to the TV on you if you build a house on a mound. I've seen it.
Speaking of mounds, they used real fucking skeletons in fucking Poltergeist too. They probably pulled them out of the mounds they were
probably pulled them out of Spielberg's basement or
yeah,
trunk of his car.
But anyways, I was going to say something I've noticed recently when I go to watch one of these older horror movies on like Hulu or wherever is when the warning comes up at the beginning of the movie, it's like rated R for flashing lights and for this, that. It's like they don't even include nudity or like, you know, stuff like that anymore. It's all like flashing lights.
They need to rate that Ghost Story film R, don't they?
Yeah, X more like if fucking
like
XX.
Are you familiar with that one, Jacob J?
Which one?
Ghost Story.
Ghost Story.
Did you see it?
Peter Straub's story, interesting film, came out in 78. It's actually got written in 78, came out in 79, rooted in the storyline as noted by blog post author Jonathan Mitchell, who's been a frequent guest here in Operation GCD. Julia joined us for that Occult and Esoteric review, but in that story by Peter Straub, he embeds a lot of the Son of Sam cult, known knowns that were not known knowns to the public at the time. So he was an insider, clearly.
I have a comment that I just read here from Benjamin Salinas. It says Ghost Adventures episode with Poltergeist Home is good. Just want to let you know I did watch that one. I've watched every episode of Ghost Adventures ever. That dude is an occultist. He's into some dark fucking shit. That Zach Bagans guy. And anytime there's a fucking satanic fucking cult ridden this, that, or he's there. He always pops up. He owns David Koresh's car from the Branch fucking Davidians. He is a total weirdo.
Fucking everything. And anything that
I'll say one thing he owns,
but
bedazzled jeans. Those things are fancy.
Yeah, and got to be glued hair gel.
Yeah, he also, I think his museum's in an old Masonic lodge there in Las Vegas.
Yeah, for sure. That dude is so dark. He's got his hands into all kinds of freaky weird shit. But he did do an episode at the Poltergeist house. Anyways, I was just
hold that thought 1 second, man. For some reason my car alarm is going off. I can go check this out.
It's Michael Myers.
So how are all of those little wave ripples? How are those so perfectly matching what's in the video?
Because all dispersal
and the
patterns,
dots.
all dispersal patterns look the same. This is like saying that my butthole is your butthole because they're similar, right? It's not. We don't have the same butthole because of that.
You're using butthole out of context. You're talking about buttholes making everyone feel weird.
And that's the point.
Using the term butthole, making folks feel all weird. Speaking of feel all weird, I felt super weird without any notifications or rating of the film. It was PG, and the film Ghost Story, right in your face hole, dick and balls in the first 90 seconds. Like, what is going on here? How about some warnings, dude?
So are you talking Ghost Story
dude,
1981?
Like brings it right into the camera. I'm like, why would you do that, dude? Who shot this film? Why would you do that?
No, it wasn't the 80s. I think it was what did you say, JJ? It was like 70 something. Ghost Story
by John Irving.
The book was 79, maybe. I think the film was 80. Now that I think about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're not
1981 film by John Irving.
81.
Yep.
Yeah, 81.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, the book
very
was
familiar
79.
with this movie.
You've seen it.
I guess since we mentioned Poltergeist and I see a lot of comments on the side here, we could talk about Heather O'Rourke's Beehole.
Yeah,
but that could be a totally other episode.
No, we can definitely discuss some of that maybe after we finish the film. Perhaps we get some more Beehole talk. You seen this film, Jacob J?
Which Ghost Story? Yeah, of course.
Did you feel aggressively infiltrated when your whole face hole got introduced to the dick and balls there in the first 90 seconds?
I mean, that's definitely not the most aggressive I've ever been attacked.
Pretty aggressive.
In my
I don't know life you live, sir, and I'm not here to judge, but I assure you that was pretty aggressive.
He said his eye holes.
So I'm not saying it wasn't aggressive. It just wasn't the worst that I've ever seen. So
I feel violated. I feel violated to this day. I thought about writing a letter to the studio, but I figured all those guys are probably dead to approve the film. So anyway.
Well, one of the newest movies, I haven't seen it because I don't really give a shit about the franchise, but 28 years later.
I saw it.
Just came out. One of the biggest things what was that?
Zombies.
Yeah. Zombies.
It's zombies.
Yeah.
Oh.
So one of the biggest criticisms I heard about the film is that it has a lot of dick for a zombie movie. And I was like, cool, I'm just not going to watch it then.
Did Julia write that? Did it mention
That's
Beehole
actually
in the
why
review?
I went.
This film has a significant amount of dick. Julia gives it 5 stars.
Yeah, as long as they throw a couple
way up
beetles
that
in
way
too. Yeah, I saw that though. I thought it was pretty good. I think they'll make another one after that. But anyways, I think Scream, I was gonna say earlier, had an equally big impact on pop culture as Halloween with the ghost face mask. And there's a scene in Scream where they talk about Jamie Lee. She's the Scream queen or
That's
whatever.
what I was going to say, but can you have that film without this film, right? It's
That's what I'm saying.
Contingent, right?
Right. And
like
the rules of how to survive a horror movie, right? You can't show your tits. You can't say, I'll be right back. You can't.
Well,
I thought that was
point.
ingenious.
So, I mean, Scream worked because it was self-aware and it was poking fun at the genre itself while also living the genre. And so, I mean, it literally revived horror in the 90s because, I mean, you're going into, or you're coming out of the 80s, which was like the golden age of horror. You know, you've got some of the best and absolutely some of the worst movies ever made. And it's
sometimes those are the same movie, sir. Sometimes those are the same movie.
Right. But then you also have all the massive franchises, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th.
And one of the salient characteristics of a man is if you have sex, you die.
Right.
That's part of the Scream thing that he said. You can't have sex. You can't show your tits. You can't say, I'll be right back.
Yep.
You like to watch that.
So part of the idea, of course.
Red! Wait, here comes another. Hearing. Oh, yes! Yes! Predictable.
I knew he was gonna bite it. How can you watch this shit over and over? Shh. When do we see breasts? I want to see Jamie Lee's breasts. When do we see
Yeah, I
Jamie
mean, like,
Lee's
there's
breasts?
heavy references in the film,
Not
right?
until Trading Places in '83. Jamie Lee was always the virgin in horror movies. She never showed her tits till she went legits.
Could afford a decent pair.
What'd you say? That's why she always outsmarted the killer in the big chase scene at the end. Only virgins can do that. Don't you know the
He
rules?
told you.
What rules? You don't.
Don't be a whore. I'm not saying that directed at any party. I'm just saying that's
Christ,
the
you don't
general
know the
thesis,
rules?
right? Don't be a whore.
Have an aneurysm, why don't you?
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. For
He didn't
instance,
listen. He died.
number 1, you can never have sex.
Told you.
Big no-no!
Got it down.
Big no-no!
I'm a dead man.
Human problem. Sex equals death.
Yep.
Okay. Number 2, you can never drink or do
If we're
drugs.
being honest about the situation, the whole sex equals death thing, isn't it kind of like part of the politics of the 80s? I feel like the Reagan administration was pushing that kind of message pretty heavy, like abstinence,
100%.
right?
Well, I mean, horror.
Isn't it
movies
weird that we get
were-
politics saying abstinence and then all of a sudden all of our cinemas, sex equals death?
horror movies were made for
100.
teenagers.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. They
For
were
sure.
They were makeout movies for teenagers, and so of course they're gonna, if you do drugs, if you go off by yourself,
Yep.
you have premarital sex, all of these things. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that is a huge part of it. Once again, this is Hollywood. CIA runs Hollywood, so
Allegedly, dude. Let's RR's in the chat, sir. We gotta keep it above board here.
Allegedly.
I haven't seen a comment
Sorry.
in a minute.
Sorry, it's not the
Oh,
CIA.
don't you worry,
They're
man. He's
called
lurking. He's a
central
lurker.
casting.
No,
Don't-
you're
don't-
right, dude. And
Central
again,
casting.
there's actually a film, and if I were to highlight and I appreciate this recommendation from the dual recommendation for tonight's film from both of y'all. But if I was to do a film, choose a film here this month, I would have chosen. I done forget the name of it now. So it's the Texarkana Murders. What's that film? Name it. I don't know the name. You name it.
The town that dreaded sundown.
You got it. There is way too many words for me to remember, sir.
I've never even
That film is
seen that
interesting because
shit.
Have you seen it?
No.
The
You
original
never,
and
wait a second. You've
the
never
original
seen that
and
film?
remake are great.
I've seen them both, sir, back to back for the first
Yeah.
time ever.
Oh, I
They are
bet
great.
Colby has seen it.
You gotta watch that, ma'am. I'm not besmirching you for not seeing it. I had not seen it until a couple years ago. I was kicking it over at Recluse's spot, host of the farm. He was having some actually Thanksgiving festivities, and the viewing for that evening for the 7 or 8 folks that were in attendance was the back-to-back showings of that. Name that film again? What's it called?
The town that dreaded sundown.
What murders is it based on?
The Texarkana
let's take a quick
murders.
detour. Go ahead, sir.
One thing I wanted to bring up while we
lose
were
you?
talking about.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back. You
Nope.
you actually
let's
didn't freeze
talk
on
this
my
movie
end.
because this is an interesting dynamic between reality and fiction, and it starts with the Lover's Lane situation in the
Yes,
film,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir. It's based
sex
around a
equals
lot
death.
of like urban legend kind of stuff.
Yeah, but this is 1946.
Yeah, right. But
What year is
this is where the urban legends start. Like the escaped
Right,
maniac
dude,
and
and real
the
shit
hook
though,
on
right?
the car. Right. Yeah, this
So
is
this
real
bag-headed
things.
guy, this is based on a real thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Aw,
he
come
terrorized the town.
on.
The Texarkana, ma'am, this is a real deal.
Mhm.
I actually learned
The
about it for the first
Moonlight
time. My car broke
murders?
down. My car broke down just outside of Texarkana. I thought I was going to die in Arkansas.
Okay, so
I literally took a
these-
defensive fighting position in the wood line because I was nowhere near anywhere. I had one bar for a cell phone signal and a 3-hour wait for a tow truck driver. I thought I was going to get raped by them, banjo playing folks. You've seen the movies.
So
I
is this
take
a
the
program
fighting
to
position with
kill
my AR rifle.
situation?
What is this?
the killer was never caught.
Oh, come
No,
on.
so that's what I'm saying. When I went to that town, they're still spooked by it to this day. So my car
Mhm.
got towed to Texarkana
100%.
from near Hope, Arkansas, where it broke down in the middle of the night. And the folks there at the auto body shop were hung out all day. They were very nice folks, but they were telling me all about these things. And I hadn't seen the
Mhm.
movies until about a year or two after that, but I never even heard of this incident until that time.
Yeah, it's
fucking
wild. I
wild.
mean so the very common urban legend of like the couple that goes out to Lover's Lane and then there's like an escaped mental patient or whatever, and then they hear something in the woods and drive away and there's like a hook on the car door or something. That's where this comes from.
Shut up.
Yes, this is where it
What?
comes from.
Okay, well, now I got to check it out for sure.
So they made a movie, and it's you watch it. We'll do another film review in the future, man. Because if you don't mind, because this film it really brings into question the terms of fiction and reality when they start with the games they play with this film. And the town actually gets together every year and does a viewing of it in the town square.
Yes, they do.
They've never solved these murders.
fucking-
It haunted this
wow.
town. It haunted this town for over almost a year with the murders in 46 and 47, and it's never been solved.
Yep.
So it could have been, one of those, teams of people that just like move through an area.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's really, really similar to Zodiac, other than the fact
Super
that
similar, right?
Super
Oh, yeah,
similar.
100%.
Even the bag on the head, right? The bag
Right.
on the head and the
Yep.
okay.
yeah,
Well,
and that would have been the perfect timing.
American Horror Story season Cult, they have a little side story where they tell you who the real Zodiac killer is, and they would wear like fucking bags on their head and shit like that. Anyways, that's a side note, but this reminds me of the Zodiac, especially
Big time.
the Lover's Lane thing even
Yep.
is Zodiac-esque.
Right.
So this is a fictional movie, but they'll show you real clips from the real footage of like news conferences with this guy. Even he's played by an actor in the film, this Captain J.D. Morales, right? So they do some weird things to try to, and again, I don't want to ruin it for you. Just it's a very interesting film. Very interesting story. I mean, how do you never? There's a surprising lack of evidence in the entire situation, given it was such a high-profile situation, even though it was 1946. Yeah, it was all February through May 46.
Yep. Which is such an odd time too. It's like an odd time of year.
Well, it's immediately following the war, right? Immediately following the war,
Right. Which no surprise there.
right?
I mean, they were running all
Well, if you
sorts of
look at-
experiments on those soldiers. So
Well, if you look at it maybe as a predecessor type of program from the Vietnam program, bring the Phoenix program, home,
100%.
courtesy of Muppet Mikey Aquino and those Bill Colby's Queers. Maybe this was
Right.
an earlier iteration of such a program.
I believe it was just because they didn't find him or her or they, whoever, it's like Sam Walton.
Right. They're not looking for him, man. Dude, there was
Have
three
you-
dudes, Nazis, that shot up the mall parking lot by my home in 1992. Wait. Go ahead, man.
Me?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Were you saying something?
yeah, the woman who shot Andy Warhol, she had like some kind of fucking cult, right? And they were supposedly responsible for the Zodiac murders. Have you heard that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
That
that's
wouldn't
what
surprise
I'm
me
saying.
because Warhol, in my opinion, was processed.
And
100%.
probably a tranny.
Probably
Just
training.
saying.
So there's a lot of things that don't get looked for, and I think what I see in that Texarkana case is things the folks aren't investigating it. So
Right.
the FBI is notorious for that. That's what their MO is on investigations. And they've been uninvestigating 3 Nazis shot up a mall parking lot, robbed I think $200K or something like that from a an armored car on Black Friday or something like that. And it's like 1992, and they have video surveillance, they have drawings from numerous eyewitnesses. It was a heat style shootout. They just indiscriminately shot at women and children. Classic trait of the Aryan Nations Army or whatever out of Columbus at the time, part of the Kehoe brothers schemes and whatnot. They were also in various shootouts in the region at the time. But my point is, they've had evidence. They have fingerprints in the case. They have drawings. They have videos, and then people and the FBI is like, we couldn't fucking tell you. I can tell you they're probably agents from your PatCon operation, jackasses. That's
Yeah.
there's a reason why folks aren't investigating. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're not. You know what I mean? Like that's probably what's going on with this Texarkana situation over the years. Like it was a program, and they're like, we're not going to investigate ourselves. I mean, let's be honest about it.
So, I mean, if we're being real honest, that's not actually too far away from where a lot of activity was taking place at the time with Jolly West and another
Fuck yeah, dude.
Another
Well,
little
now
murder.
you're spot on. He was from Oklahoma to San Antonio. That's right in
Right.
between.
Right. there was a whole lot of spooky, glowy shit going on around that area at that time. So, I mean, the fact that these Texarkana murders were never solved does not surprise me at all.
Well, don't tell me
Right.
anything else, because now I want to see the movie.
Both of them are great. Make sure and watch both of them.
I
Back
will.
to back.
I
Same time.
will.
Have one on one screen and one on the other and compare and contrast. I'm just joking.
Okay, I will. I'll look for any subtle messages between the two.
Yeah, keep an eye out for any b-holes, cock and ball scenes. I missed
Yeah.
them, but you know, let's be on the lookout just in case.
So
I will.
one thing I just to kind of bring it back to Carpenter, one thing I think that definitely, in my opinion, proves that he's involved in something strange, something weird, is the fact that another massive hit for him, or at least now, I guess it kind of actually bombed in the box office, but massive cult hit is They Live.
Oh yeah, we did a Nicole and Esoteric review on that a few weeks back.
Right.
That
I
and
mean-
Big Trouble in Little
Right.
China. So I've done a lot of John Carpenter films
Oh,
here.
wow. Jacob
Right.
coming out of
And-
nowhere with the zinger. I forgot about that one.
Right. And it personally, it kind of seems like more of a documentary than,
Yes.
than anything,
I
you know?
included a little snippet of that in the intro for my show.
Hell yeah.
because I think it's absolutely telling you something.
Right.
You know?
And I mean, that
What'd it tell
fight
you?
scene, that fight scene is totally an allegory for like waking people up to the truth, you know?
Exactly.
Which is why
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
just being
the
a smart
longest
ass.
fight
Joey.
scene
No,
ever.
for sure. There's a lot of allegories there. A lot of, there's a lot. And again, it seems like over time. What year was that? 87? What year was
Well,
that?
you know, JJ, I was
yeah,
gonna
somewhere
say,
around there.
you know, what it told me is if I wear your glasses, I can see everybody's beehole through their pants.
Well, I can tell you one thing my glasses come in handy for, ma'am, and that is vampires. I encountered one the other day. I spotted this
Oh my
individual because there was no reflection in my lenses.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
So They Live was 88.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And
88.
so and it seems to be getting more and more relevant ever since then, right?
Yes.
It's growing with
100%.
age,
It's-
right?
Especially with all of the alien stuff going on now and everything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just really strange shit. So
100. I mean, we got to talk about Jamie Lee at some point before
Well,
we
we'll
wrap
get to some
up this
buttholes and trans
episode.
investigations in no time, ma'am. I do
James
like
Lee?
your brain holes that.
You're right. Yeah. Or,
before we-
you know, her penis.
Well,
I have an interesting
allegedly.
theory about that.
I bet you do.
I actually think that there was two. I think that they were twins, and I think they were a brother and sister.
Yeah, that's a new one. I like that one.
Yeah,
Now.
I haven't heard about
we'll
that
have to
before.
Explore that one some more. I'm currently exploring the storm system. Someone's that's hovering over ahead of me right now is currently shaking my van down by the river. So if I'm cutting out, I do apologize. We're under heavy hover alien
Protect
weather.
government
attacks.
cheese.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, it makes. I'm watching this. It's still just swirling overhead. And it's just only got. Most of the day was misty, not like a stripper, but like the weather was misty. But the we're talking beehole. I mean, we're talking beeholes here. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
the first thing. That comes
Yeah,
to mind,
right.
is a stripper beehole. But you know what I mean? It's coming in hot, dude. It won't go nowhere. And I'm in the red zone right now, not in football, but like that's the area of
Right.
the color above me right now. And it feels it.
Right. That's weird that it's just not moving.
Dude, it came from the south in a northwesterly direction. I've never seen a storm do that.
Right. I mean, yeah, your part of the country, storms don't do
Yeah,
that.
they come from the Gulf. They still go to the northeast. They don't come up from the south and then go up towards like Chicago.
Right.
That's the thing though, is like they spray us with shit. They fucking make it snow in the middle of February instead of December. That's like their MO.
Fuck
I
yeah, it
grew
is.
up in Cleveland, Ohio, and when I was a little kid, it would snow like 8 feet of snow on Christmas. It was wonderful, and now they don't get snow until damn near fucking February. I mean, tell me there's not something weird going on.
Oh, of
Sounds like
course. I
something
mean,
weird
it's-
going on.
It's totally admitted that they control the weather. We just had here over in my state of Utah, we just had a big news story on one of our local news stations where they fully openly admitted that Utah has a fully automated weather control system. and it's ran by the U of U, which is a CIA school, and it's ran by a couple of other state agencies. And they just fully openly talked about it. It's fully remote control now. Like, we don't even have to have the pilots go up into the air to drop the aluminum oxide and stuff anymore. They just control it right from like in
See, that's
some
what I'm
secret
talking
location.
about with them spraying us with shit. That's why I think, like, I just read a book. It's called The Contagion Myth. Well, I'm like a little bit more than halfway through it, but it was talking about how they manipulate viruses and bacteria, quote unquote, with like weird metals and shit that they spray in the fucking, you know, the flu season and all that. It's
Yeah, of
all
course.
part of the fucking, you know, everybody just happens to get sick with this shit around the same time. I mean, you got to ask
Bioengineering
yourself.
research.
Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was saying.
So what's up with this creepy bastard? We're just going to steer this thing back to Halloween.
Yeah, that was my
He
bad.
kind of made the
Sorry.
movie, right? I mean, outside of Jamie Lee Curtis, I mean, he was kind of the guy that carried the film.
Dr.
Right?
Loomis, right?
Well, I think he is, you know, what do they call them? Handlers, or he is
That's what I'm saying. So at one point, ma'am, he says, "Oh, go ahead."
Well, they talk about even in Program to Kill how they look for people in loony bins, in the military, in fucking, you know, juvenile delinquent homes and like stuff like that. So,
and at one point, Dr. Loomis says, I've been whatever he says, I've been tending to that boy since he was a child or something like that."
Yeah.
Let me rewind that back. Dr. Loomis at one point says, "I've been tending to that boy since he was a child," in reference to Michael Myers on his terror campaign in Haddonfield. So it sounds like they've been together a long time.
Yes.
What year is this supposed to
28.
go on when he's first terrorizing folks in 78? He's what, 18, right? 19?
When he first kills his sister, or when he escapes?
When he escapes, he's like
21,
18 or
right?
19. Oh, 21.
You know, he's like 28. So
Is
he was
28?
like,
Oh, okay. I thought he was like barely an adult.
No. He was an adult and escaped. He had been in, like 20 years, I think, is what the
So if
story
he goes in there at
be.
the age of 6, it looks like, right? So they say here, at least on Wikipedia, the source of all information on the interwebs, that he was 6 when he went in. Right, Will Sanders.
Okay, so he would have been 6. Would have been about 26.
And he got out 21. So he did. So it sounds like him and old Dr. Loomis have known each other about 15 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And what's interesting though is what Dr. Loomis says about him is that there was no person that he is like evil personified.
Yep.
And what's interesting is because when Michael is inside, he never speaks. He never says anything at all. He can speak, but he doesn't. And so, I mean, that's incredibly weird. But this is kind of the issue with Loomis, because he's trying to hunt Michael down. Because in the movie,
he doesn't want to get
escapes,
his lab experiment on the loose, right?
Right. He's totally a Jolly West character.
Oh, dude, for sure. I get heavy Jolly West vibes. And again, he's got no problem with busting out a revolver and trying to murk Michael Myers. And I say, what did Mike do to you, bud? What'd you do to Mike's butthole, buddy? What happened here? You know what I mean?
I mean, who knows? And, you know, people are complicated, right? Like, it's never quite so just like black and white, cut and dry. And so who knows exactly what happened that entire time that he was in. One thing I do believe, and I can't remember where I read this, or I would have to find it again, but the actor Donald Pleasance that played Dr. Loomis, I believe somewhere I read that he was I just lost it, that he was a believer in Thelema, that he was a member of Thelema Magic. So
that wouldn't surprise me. He played opposite the character based on Aleister Crowley, the villain known as LeChiff. He was the treasurer. He was the money guy for Ernest Stavro Blofield's character in the James Bond series, and that was originally played by Donald Pleasance.
He was also in the military. He was in the Royal Air Force from 1940 to 1946. He was a flight lieutenant. And he was in the number 166 squadron. And he served during World War II. So, I mean, I don't know.
I wonder if he was part of the British component of Operation Overcast turned Project Paperclip.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He was in until 46, so well after the war.
Right. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Right.
He later used his experiences in POW camps and his role in the Great Escape.
Right. Right.
What was he doing in so many different POW camps? Was he recruiting folks or escaping? Was this a Hogan's Heroes type situation?
I mean, he could have been funneling, Nazis through rat lines for all we know.
Well, that's what they were doing, Hogan's Heroes, in a sense, right? They were there hanging out in the POW camp in order to maintain communications and operations,
right?
Not because they were being held prisoners; they were the ones running the place,
right? And it's just kind of weird. Like, so he does all of this during the war, and then somehow is able to become a well-known actor, and then is also part of a movie that literally shapes culture.
Everyone we know from that time seems to be involved in these spook operations, right? Like, look, even Julia Child, dude. She worked with the guy who wrote those James Bond guys, James Bond stories. Ian Fleming and her worked in the Rockefeller Center in a secret MI6 operation during the war.
Right?
Isn't that fucked up?
Super fucked up.
Yeah,
completely. It's once again, I love bringing up my favorite David McGowan quote. How many coincidences does it take to make a conspiracy?
Absolutely. I love that quote. That's I mean, I can't even say it any better than that.
I'll second
because
that.
That's what they tell you that, though. They'll be like, oh, coincidence.
100%,
Just so happens.
Always the excuse.
Yes.
They never know each other.
Coincidence.
Right.
We don't know each other. That's always the routine I get. Well, we don't know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, we just run in the same circles, but yeah, we've never met each other.
Right. Like what we were saying before we started recording, and hopefully we can do an upcoming show about this asshole, but Gacy, how many coincidences does it take before it's a pedo network that's functioning all over? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, 100. It's definitely. I think that's an awesome quote.
Right.
Can we put the Hulkster in it?
What? You talking about putting Hulk Hogan, professional wrestler turned actor turned cultural icon, in the movie where he break the fourth wall of the movie he's in by talking to the audience. You, sir, are a raging psychopath. Don't let this town take that away from you.
So it seems like they really took it up a notch with scaring the shit out of America that you can't even walk down the streets of the quiet town of Haddonfield, Illinois without getting fucking stabbed a lot.
Right. Well, and that was kind of like the point, right? This was like middle America.
Yeah.
This can literally happen anywhere.
Yes. That's kind of like what I was saying about that one serial killer, Richard Chase, and he would check the doors, and whoever didn't lock their door that night would get brutally murdered, exsanguinated, and then he would drink their blood out of a yogurt cup.
Oh,
blood and organs.
We call him the Dannon Killer. What do we got for a nickname for him?
Yeah, he's called the Go-Gurt.
The Go-Gurt Killers. So I'll tell you a serial killer no one talks about, Ronald McDonald. That motherfucker's killed.
Oh wow, yeah, sure.
So, but seriously, did you know that if the folks of Japan are deathly afraid? Speaking of things that scare the shit out of them, it's not Michael Myers; it's Colonel Sanders, the chicken guy.
Like
they're deathly afraid of Colonel Sanders.
Why?
Interesting.
Just to be clear, he's not a real colonel. I checked that out. He never served. It's not an official rank. Might be the Colonel of chicken recipes, but that's about it.
No. He's a Kentucky colonel.
Well, they say that, right? I think he's from Indiana.
Well, it's the same. It's the same thing as saying like, well, I mean, his family is from Kentucky. His blood family still lives there. However, it's the same thing as like, Kentucky is strange, right? It's the same thing as like saying you're a lord in.
I'm not going to call anywhere strange, sir, and especially since I got roots in Kentucky. No, I'm not taking any offense. I'm just saying. But when I look at a place like this, they're deathly afraid of the Colonel, dude. What the Michael Myers? This is their Michael Myers. If you go down the street,
the chicken
wearing a Colonel's
guy.
costume,
what's the
you're
point?
Gonna scare the shit out of folks as if you're wearing Michael Myers costumes here.
Because he's an old crusty white guy, or what?
I don't know the ins and I mean, if you want me to understand, ma'am, the aspects of Japanese society, I don't know if I can ever wrap my brain hole around that. But let's see here. It's a Japanese urban legend that holds that the ghost of the KFC founder, that seems reasonable, Colonel Sanders, placed a curse on the Hanshin Tigers baseball team. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
You know what's really strange about
where
this?
did this come from?
I don't know. Apparently the Colonel, you read it here, ma'am. Colonel Sanders himself cursed Japanese baseball team. How dare he?
The Hanshin Tigers. So
the Hanshin Tigers.
What's also really interesting is over in Japan this is countrywide apparently, that for Christmas they all have a KFC meal. It like became something after or like in the early 80s, it was just like a misunderstanding of like, oh, this is so American, and so it's like we have turkey for Thanksgiving, they have KFC for Christmas dinner. Like,
you know what my family did every year for Christmas? We would go to the Chinese buffet because of A Christmas Story.
Is that what they do in that movie?
I love that.
Yeah, because she burns like the turkey or whatever, and the only thing open is a Chinese place. Yep. So they go to the Chinese. And so my family always went to the Chinese buffet for Christmas.
I love that.
So it's a lot like going and getting KFC over,
right,
over there.
Right.
It's like, this is so
like
American.
Some good holiday cat and holiday pigeon.
Right. They get a duck. In the movie, they get a duck.
I'm just talking about most local Chinese restaurants I'm familiar with serve up your local neighborhood cats and pigeons.
Oh,
and
sure.
rats
Yeah.
and,
That's especially in Springfield, Ohio. They're eating
you ain't
the
kidding,
dogs.
ma'am. There's a distinct lack
They're
of rodents
eating the
around any kind of
cats.
Chinese facility around here. You know good and well where they went.
Right. Yeah. Also in Springfield, Ohio, an uptick of new Chinese cuisine. So
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
They're eating the cats.
the
They're
psyop
eating the
last fall.
dogs. Meow meow. They're eating them.
So I mean, in a sense, Halloween is kind of a psyop. I mean, it does. I do think they had a very psychological effect on a lot of aspects. Because again, we see the effects it's had on culture across the kind of across the spectrum of
100.
activities.
That's why I said, good old Fritz Schitmeyer in the Star Trek.
Domestic
Star
Nazi
Trek
bomber
thing.
Schitmeyer, huh?
You're right. Yeah. I mean,
Well, I was kind of relating to like thinking in my brain hole about it, kind of like War of the Worlds. Is that the name of it? What happened when they told people the aliens were coming? Was that? What
Tom
was the name of
Cruise
that?
War of the
the
Worlds?
radio broadcast. What was that called?
No, that was War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, right? Yeah. Orson Welles, right?
Yep. Yeah, the original radio broadcast.
Yeah, that was a psychological operation to scare the shit out of people.
Oh yeah, 100%. They wanted to see how people would react to it, and it worked flawlessly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think there's an element to that film about that kind of same degree, if you will.
Sure.
Right.
That was a major piece
think
of media
so,
at the
too.
time, right? War of the Worlds radio broadcast was a major piece of media at the time. And this is, comparatively speaking, over 1978 style. Halloween. The rom-com. It's oftentimes misdescribed. He's just trying to say hello to his sister.
He's just awkward.
He's just awkward.
Yeah, I mean, they
Socially
never
awkward, that's
do
all.
in the Rob Zombie one. They never do explain, in my opinion, how he knew that was his sister, because they were like, "Oh, we responded to a 911 call. We took the kid. We took it to the emergency room.
Right.
Some random family adopted her, renamed her." But somehow this fuckstick breaks out of the loony bin after 30 years, and he knows right where she
Well,
is. He knows right who it is.
They actually do kind of explain it a little bit, is that he has like a magnetic attraction to his blood, to his bloodline, basically.
Oh,
So
fuck.
they're giving him more like otherworldly
Supernatural
powers, kind of.
Yeah, they're including like a supernatural aspect.
And
well, you'd have to be as many times as he's been shot, stabbed, decapitated, and he just keeps coming the fuck back.
Right.
Yeah, because the deal with the devil business didn't really come in, and not in the first one at least, right? We don't get that explained to us in the first one, do we?
No, not in the Jamie Lee. Not really.
Not really. Well, in the original Halloween, Jamie Lee's not his sister.
No.
So it's literally just some
I
random
conflated
baby.
various Halloween incarnations of this
You're
film.
probably thinking of the fucking Rob Zombie. That's what
I got a real Bill Paxton, Bill Pullman situation, so this doesn't surprise me that I've conflated these matters.
Right.
So it's not his sister.
No, not in the original.
So he's just in love with this gal. It's a rom-com from '78. He just wants to say hello.
Right. Yeah. So because he murdered his sister, he only had one sister.
Yeah, I thought this was his other sister. No.
No, that's
One
what I'm
sister
saying.
only.
I keep conflating the two because they,
right.
they
You're
did
onto
that in
something.
the Rob Zombie one.
You're right. You're onto something. I
Yep.
agree with you.
Yeah, and it was his baby sister in the Rob Zombie one.
Yeah, that's right. How dare they confuse me like that?
And his older sister in the Rob Zombie one is fucking Janae from Forrest Gump.
Oh, that's right.
Fun fact: she shows her tits.
Fucking hate.
That's
Jenny.
not a fun fact. Those are not nice tits, objectively
Well,
speaking.
I bet when she got stabbed, she wished she was a bird so she could fly far.
Well, you know why she got
away.
stabbed? Sex equals death.
Yes.
Right. You can't show your tits or you die.
You die. You get stabbed a bunch.
Yeah, no, that original one I think is always going to be. But
so what you're telling me here is what I'm putting together here. My brain hole here is between both of your all's assessment of and corrections on the plot line here of where I got conflated. Dr. Loomis, the psychopath, has let his killer on the loose and to basically stalk a young innocent gal named Jamie Lee Curtis.
I think it was part of in my humble opinion, it could have been part of a program.
We got out again, guys. Sorry.
Oops.
Well, I mean,
Mike got out again. We apologize.
So Loomis was on his way to the hospital on a rainy night, right? And a nurse is driving him up there. Michael breaks into the car that the nurse is driving and like pulls her out. She's scared to death, and he takes the car and runs.
Yeah, but we don't see who let him out on the loose. So I'm just saying Loomis is like, go free, Mike, go free.
Well, he wasn't up at the hospital though.
I'm suggesting. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I think he could have been released on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the night guard forgot to lock his fucking cage up,
or he killed his way through the whole thing.
Even if he didn't, somehow, some way, someone did something to old Michael Myers there in that little facility. I imagine.
Well, of course. I mean, these facilities, especially back in the 70s, were horrific. You know,
horrific. Yes, I did cover a little bit of that in my mental illness series. I did about the conditions of these mental institutions. Even today, they're fucking awful. And you know, I'm seeing a lot of hermaphrodite talk in the comments section. Just so you know, I am reading those comments.
I'm on top of it right now, ma'am. I'm on top of it right now. I got transvestigation on deck here for us.
I was gonna say before we move into
butthole. She showed her breasts in a couple films, right?
Yeah,
she did. Real breasts. His real breasts.
His for sure, but I was gonna say before we move into the transvestigation, there is a movie that we should cover at some point. I think JJ, you will like it, even though it's technically a horror movie. It's called Gothica. It has Halle Berry in it, and
was that the one with Ethan Hawke?
And no, it's got Robert Downey and Halle Berry, and she's in a mental institution, and there's a weird occult, like satanic weird thing going on, and some underground.
I'm anti-Halle Berry. I was just saying she needs to stay in that institution.
Yeah, probably. But anyways, you gotta check it out. Maybe we could cover
an older
it.
One, right? Gothica.
It came out in the 2000s. If you don't have the Constitution to watch it, even though it's great, I think even Jacob and I should talk about it at some point. If you're a horror fan, you would love it.
If you, I will view this on your recommendation, but I do warn you, ma'am, if I'm hitting my face hole in the first 90 seconds with some dick and balls, I'm going to be very upset.
See, that's the best part. There's not even a full bush. There's nothing there. Oh yeah, and there's that one Penelope Cruz. Penelope Cruz is in it too.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, these are the same people who did 13 Ghosts. I'd seen that.
Oh, I love 13 Ghosts. I watch it every year.
Yeah, that's another weird film.
Yeah, very occult like.
It is, right?
And
fucking bizarre. I rewatched that like maybe a year or two ago. It's fucking weird.
It is fucking weird. I still watch it every year though. It's one of my faves.
Look who did it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
This creepy fuck.
Forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah.
This creepy. You know the character that Tom Cruise plays in Tropic Thunder?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Joel Silver.
Yep.
He's parroting Joel Silver.
It's fucking hilarious. One of the best movies
Joel
ever
Silver's
made. I love that movie.
Fat person.
What, Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
One of the best movies ever made. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Just quick question. Have any of you watched The Righteous Gemstones or Vice Principals?
You recommended that. I have added to my list, despite not being a film I would traditionally watch. This Gemstones things. I'm not.
It's a show. It's a show, and it's got it's Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. I keep getting mixed up with that Sandler's Gemstones thing. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yep. All right.
It's a comedy. It's got the big fat guy from Oh Brother Where Art Thou? I'm forgetting his name.
Big fat person, John Goodman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, was she a great big fat person?
What? Oh wait. So what do we got here? Colonel Kentucky. Oh, this is probably. Were you trying to bring this up before and I totally missed it?
Yeah.
Huh? My apologies.
No, you're good. I could have said something, but the Kentucky Colonel thing is actually a lot stranger than most people would think. It's kind of like a fraternal order kind of a thing. So it's like the highest title honor bestowed by the U.S. state of Kentucky. It is the most well-known however the fuck you pronounce that, colonelcy, I guess, in the United States. Yeah,
they're just making shit up, man. They're just making words up. We can make them up too.
But it's a certificate awarded in the name of the Commonwealth by the governor of Kentucky to individuals with, quote, honorable titular style recognition preceding the name. I mean, they are making shit up, but for noteworthy accomplishments, the state of Kentucky, and this has to be awarded by the governor to civilians 18 or over for noteworthy accomplishments, contributions to civil society, remarkable deeds, or outstanding service to the community, state, or a nation. So,
Colonel Sanders brought us 33 secret spices, right? I mean, he's going to get some Colonel status for that,
right? Right.
I see. I'm tracking with you. He's probably a piece of shit.
This is like
he was a 30 Freemason,
right? And a Kentucky Colonel,
yeah.
So exactly.
And
what did he do?
Parties the head of the Pentaveret,
right?
They're a group of elite billionaires that meet at a small in a state in the Colorado Rockies known as the Meadows.
Right.
This is from the film "So I Married an Axe Murderer."
Well, isn't it weird that it's Kentucky Fried Chicken, but the first one came out of Mormonville, Utah,
Salt Lake City.
So
that was because he hooked it up as a franchisee, and that's why it was started in, because the original kitchen was actually in Kentucky, because he ran it was like a roadside diner for the longest time, and then he actually turned it corporate, and then he hooked up with some guy who basically helped him turn it corporate, and that's when they started franchising.
Not just some guy, sir.
Well,
the future governor of Kentucky and major drug kingpin, John Y. Brown, who was
married
to Bob Evans' ex-wife.
I said some guy because I didn't want to get off on another tangent.
He's not. He's got a cocaine Bob score of 1, sir. So he's up
Right.
there.
Didn't want to get off on another tangent. That's why I said some guy.
I'm happy to tangent away. That's a interesting backstory about this Kentucky Colonel process. It seems really backwoods, don't it?
They
Kind of.
mentioned something
Kind
like
of.
this in a Netflix movie. It's called They Clone Tyrone. It's got Jamie Foxx in it, and it says like they're putting
Weird.
stuff in the fried chicken, and it's like this big CIA program where they're using fried chicken to like dose people with like some kind of hallucinogen and stuff like that. Anyways, that's again, like Jacob said, I don't want to tangent, but it's worth noting.
That is interesting. I'm just choking on some smoke right now. Don't
Gerald
mind me.
Hall. Gerald Hall in the chat. I'm here for the tangents specifically, Jacob.
Yeah, there you go.
JJ lore and tangents. Fair enough.
No,
Fair
I
enough.
appreciate Gerald Hall's he motivates me to go on a lot of tangents there. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And here's a quick tangent we can take on regarding the Kentucky Colonels there and John Y. Brown. I do think this reference isn't kind of more to John Y. Brown territory, but it could be that dirty colonel. He was a 30-30.
Hey, did you happen? Sweet of you, son. Thank you.
Here we go.
Rubbish again.
Well, it's a well-known fact, Sonny Jim, that there's a secret society of the 5 wealthiest people in the world, known as the Pentaverate, who run everything in the world, including the newspapers, and meet tri-annually at a secret country mansion in Colorado known as the Meadows.
So who's in this Pentaverate?
The Queen, the Vatican, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, and Colonel Sanders before he went tits up. I hated the Colonel with his wee beady eyes and that smug look on his face. Oh, you're gonna buy my chicken. Oh,
Dad, how can you hate the Colonel?
because he puts an addictive chemical in his chicken that makes you crave it fortnightly, smart arse.
Interesting.
Kills me every time. The smart ass bit kills me every time.
That was an awesome,
such a great movie.
Occult and Esoteric review, by the way. I still love that one. It was one
Oh,
of my
yeah, for
favorites
sure.
to review.
Oh man,
The
revelation
Colonel.
of the methods.
Well, in that same scene, they
Mhm.
talk about Garth Brooks in the Weekly World News, right? It's kind of
Right.
weird in that respect, that,
Yeah.
how kind of like creepy
Oh,
he's
yeah,
got.
I forgot about that.
where are the
The
bodies,
Garth
Garth?
Brooks juice diet. What if he's just juicing up them people? He's just eating them by juice.
hmm
We do
Oh,
see this
man.
kind of accepted, though. Again, like that high school band was cheering Michael Myers,
Right,
and not the Canadian actor Michael Myers, but the serial killer guy.
right.
It's just kind of odd that that's an accepted aspect of our culture. I do have to ask, because there's is this darker nature that our culture has come to under the matters of Colby's queers, RR, and them Muppets at Langley. Go fuck yourselves. I saw them in the chat a little bit ago, but I didn't want to interrupt the conversation at the time because I do feel like there's been a significant impact by these kind of programs on our society. Go fuck
I love
yourself,
that
RR.
so much.
So yeah, I do
Yeah,
think
go
that,
fuck
that-
yourself.
I do think
I
that
like
as
RR.
like oh, I know. I don't want him to go anywhere. I'm baiting him to come back. You know what I mean? I couldn't. I've actually extended. I would like to send an offer for him to join Operation GCD Patreon as our official mascot. Anyway, so, please contact me, RR. Please contact me. Have your people at Langley contact my Muppets. They'll get in touch. We'll do Muppet stuff.
Right.
So I do think that when we talk about these general concepts of Operation Gladio or Phoenix program, satanic serial killers come home, the impact of such is the degradation of society, where we do see it's an accepted nature for a high school auditorium to chant Michael Myers, and no one bats an eye.
Yeah, it is.
I'm thinking it's accepted because no one.
incredibly odd.
We're under like a spell that it isn't even considered, right?
Yeah, until
Right.
he's murdering your
society.
beehole, and then
I mean, that's
Slaughtering beeholes, ripping and running beeholes all through Haddonfield with that knife. He's just
yeah.
so. I mean,
100.
chanting Michael Myers like that. It's kind of like a charging the house kind of a thing,
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
100 for
So,
sure.
And it's just kind of like the idea. I mean, could you imagine a high school auditorium chanting like Ted Bundy, Ted Bundy, you know?
That's what I'm saying, but it's kind of the same thing.
It is. It is
but
entirely the same thing.
It's supposed to be okay though, because it's like a fictitious, but if they only knew how close to the truth it was, you know,
Right.
it would be a totally different story.
Speaking of horror stories, here we go with RR trying to justify the murking 32,000 innocent women and children by fighting communists.
Must be okay then.
Yeah, it's
Must
approved.
be
We're
fine.
good to go, sir. I checked with RR. I checked with the Muppets of Langley. They said we're good to go.
Well, I feel better.
Disaster averted. I thought we were in real trouble there. Disaster averted. So we do see him as continually stalking what I thought was his sister, and I obviously got the two plot lines conflated. As we bring this thing in for a closing here, I want to thank both of you all for joining me here tonight to get a little GCD. I want to thank the folks at Langley as Muppets to go fuck themselves. And I'd like to thank you folks at Earwebs for joining us here tonight to get a little GCD. NRR, come on back anytime. Like I said, you have your Muppets, call my Muppets. We'll get something together. But he's terrorizing this young girl, which I thought was his sister, and is obviously not, which makes it even weirder.
Right.
I do think that psychological impact on society of even having that concept introduced in such a terrifying fashion in our big screen cinemas, psychological warfare style, does have an impact, you know?
Right. And I mean, it's part of the introducing people to traumatic media to desensitize them. Because once you're desensitized to it, you're a lot more suggestible. And then that leads to what you're accepting.
I think Halloween opened the door for gorier and more depraved scenes, in my opinion. You know, it's like, oh, these young couple having sex and, you know, she's tits out and he's fucking just stabbing her tits off and just blood everywhere.
Tits right off.
Correction though. Halloween is actually not bloody at all. John Carpenter uses the whole Alfred Hitchcock method of showing very little to make you envision what actually happened.
Ooh, so that's worse.
That is part of the terror, right?
It kind of is. Now, Rob Zombie's version of Halloween, 100%, like it's insanely brutal, you know?
Insanely, yes.
But
when
the original
he beats
one,
that kid with a stick in the woods, and
way
I thought it was a strange ending when they had the Muppet chorus coming on the zombie version towards the end.
I thought so too. Oh my god! I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Strange. That was talk about horror. No, I think that's a good point. I mean, but I do think that I'll tell you what, here's my I didn't watch this until I was an adult, this film really. I mean, when I say adult, I was like 16 probably, right? 15 or whatever, you know. But we see not only again the outlying effects it's had on culture, even in the horror genre with Scream. I mean, it's right in your face. So they're telling you this is like the godfather of horror films, if you will, and in a sense, and define the rules of such, and you know, and kind of it makes some good points. It really did in a very technical kind of way of how the genre works. And I think it had just impacts on other levels. I mean, one film that scared the shit out of me when I was a child, I think Disney fucking made it. It's from 1972, I believe. Watcher in the Woods. I watched that son of a bitch. When I was about 7.
Yeah,
scared the ever-loving shit out of me.
So
I was in the woods every day, man. I was like, oh, dude, in the woods, dude. We got watchers out there. I don't do that.
Oh my god, I agree. I think
I was in the woods literally every day, dude, doing wood stuff. You know, that's just what I did in my life throughout most of my childhood, and grew up in the mountains. I'm gonna do wood stuff, you know, and I still did wood stuff, but I was looking over my shoulder, you know, not just for lasers.
Listening a little bit closer.
Yeah,
honorable mention from the chat section. Something Troublemaker Jonah said, "Return to Oz."
Frightening as shit.
Fucking scary.
Yeah, it's all about mind control.
It is, but Return to Oz is specifically horrid. But
I watched Watcher in the Woods at school.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those days where the teacher was sick. They're like, "Hey, kids, watch this movie." All right.
Right, because it's a kids' movie And I watched it. It was like for a Halloween thing. Like they were like, "Oh, I would have rather watched fucking Halloween Town or some shit like
Dude,
that."
I would
They
have
went
rather
right
watched
for the
anything
fucking.
else than that.
Same
Bedknobs
with,
and Broomsticks also kind of. We watched that at school too. That was kind of weird.
Mhm.
Did you guys ever watch The Witches of Eastwick?
Yeah,
That,
Jack
that was
Nicholson.
also
Mhm.
horrific kids movie. You know,
Yeah, there was another
very
Disney
traumatic.
one.
That
It
was
was
a
called
kid's
Don't
film?
Look Under the
Yeah.
Bed, and it was
Are you
really
serious?
fucked up too.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my god, dude, that's
Yeah.
not a. Did you see the film? Are we thinking of Witches of Eastwick or Witches? The Roald Dahl film, Roald Dahl story.
Yeah, witches. Yep.
That was frightening as shit, dude. That was like what
Yeah,
1990,
that's-
dude. I saw that at the theater, dude. That
Yeah,
was
that's
like
a Disney
10 at the time. I
film.
was like, this is fucking weird, dude. Yeah, it's written by a kid did a Roald Dahl. Them
Right.
schnozberries he was talking about when he had them kids
Right.
tasting them. Yeah, those are dicks. Yeah. Yeah.
JJ, do me
He
a
admitted that
favor.
himself in a later story. I'm not
It's
making that up, dude.
just-
These aren't stories. I'm just making shit up. I mean, I can. I want. If you want me to, I can. But what you got, man?
Do me a flavor and look something up
As long
on
as it's not
Google.
schnozberry flavored, ma'am, I'll be happy to do that.
It isn't. It's KFC flavored. Look up
Ooh, is it the KFC flavored campfire log? I almost bought one of those.
maybe. Look up this Disney movie. It's called Don't Look Under the Bed, and just look at the cover.
I don't even want to look at that film. Well, I'm gonna not look at that. Not look under the bed.
Do
What are you talking-
it.
What is this?
Pull it up.
I feel like
I-
you're
Pull
I-
up
MK
the
Ultra me
cover
right
art.
now.
I hate to
Just
be
do
this
Are you
guy,
MK
but
Ultra me right now? Is this a test?
JJ, is that campfire log flavored?
Oh, dude, it's KFC scented campfire logs. I'll bring them in a second. It's delicious.
Sorry, I hate to be that guy, but
No, it's magical, dude. It'll make your holiday season. So I don't know why these idiots here at the Albany idiots have now blocked my access from their idiot museum. But I was going to show you the Nexium doctor was running MK Ultra experiments by literally forcing their cult members' eye holes open to force them to watch snuff films. Now they never got to the brass tacks of those 7 different dead ladies in the snuff films. They were Mexican, and Nexium had an operation on Monterey. I suspect they kidnapped them ladies out of that operation in Monterey and said, "Pop, pop, pop! We're going to kill you," and force other cult members to watch it.
right.
Oh my
What a
god!
good
He
way
lost
to
his
keep them in
license.
line.
Strangely enough, he was operating just down the street from where Ewan Cameron was operating, doing the exact same experiments decades earlier.
Colby told me about that. Colby told me about that. You know, that's so fucked up. It's like they were doing like some real. Somebody in the comments said the human centipede. I think rich people do that
that's
shit.
dark.
I think they staple people's fucking lips and assholes together. They do weird
Stapling
mind
buttholes now,
control
huh?
stuff. They do, they do all kinds of like. This is just rich people fun time stuff.
So,
You get
Fucking-
bored, you got to staple a butthole. I got it.
Speaking
I'm
of
not
another,
into it. It's not my thing, but I understand what you're saying.
speaking of another Rob Zombie film, have you guys ever seen 31? Because that, I mean that whole film is literally like aristocrats, super uber rich people kidnapping random people off the road for them to fight for their
Dude.
lives through a
Wow, like
like a
some kind
whole-
of fucked up Django, fucking Mandingo shit. Yeah.
yeah, but they fight through this whole maze that they release.
Oh, a
like,
maze now.
yeah,
Oh shit.
So it's like a jigsaw puzzle on steroids where they release all these psychopaths, and they like these people that were kidnapped have to fight their way through it. If they survive, then they're released. But surprise, they don't actually win.
This is Ice-T's finest film, Surviving the Game, a retake of the Zodiac Killer's favorite story,
Oh,
The
interesting.
Most Dangerous Game.
Right.
Oh.
This is the 90s
Interesting.
retelling of that film. I just thought it was a decent. They pick up a homeless man, take him to the wilderness, and go hunt him.
Hey, I know a movie that you would like, JJ, for
were you
Halloween.
saying?
You
Wait.
can watch it tonight.
What was the one you tell? Is it Don't Look Under the Bed?
Don't Look Under the Bed. That was a Disney
Was
movie.
that the one
that
starring
should not have
Fred
been
Savage
today.
and that monster
No,
that
that's
would
Little
haunt him in the night?
Monsters.
Yeah, that's
Little
creepy
Monsters.
as fuck, dude.
It is, and like the boy at the end of the movie.
Super
So
rapey. Howie
creepy.
Mandel's in that super rapey.
Yeah.
How about this one? Deal or no deal, Howie? I'm not getting raped by that monster son of a bitch.
He's a germaphobe too. He's probably gotten 17 COVID boosters.
Oh, dude.
And,
Come on.
yeah.
This was a scary. Was this a Disney film? This was a
Yeah,
Disney film, wasn't it?
that's what I'm telling you. It was so scary.
Dude, talk
Don't
about
look under
psychological
the
warfare,
bed.
dude. Diddler warfare, dude. Diddler warfare. I saw this at the theater.
No, I'm talking about Don't Look Under the Bed. It was just
Yeah, I'm talking about
equally
this
as
monster that was diddling Fred Savage. I seen that was a documentary, right?
Mm.
So,
My mom made
speaking
me
of-
watch that. She was like, "Oh, you
Let
love
me
it."
give you a quick tangent. Speaking of documentaries, there's a documentary about kid diddlers in Hollywood known as Open Secret. It's not known as the title.
Mhm.
In that, the convicted diddler slaps Ben Savage right on the ass and says, "Hey, your favorite client's here," and that was Gary
Yeah.
Huffington. So I don't know what they did to that young man's butthole, but I have to imagine Gary Huffington had his way with young Ben Savage's butthole that day.
Wow.
Probably. I mean,
I actually made a rendition of it. I'll see if I can find it. I put that scene to the song of Nirvana, "Rape Me," because I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
oh god.
I don't share these
God.
a lot. I just like to laugh at it myself. As that's it's kind of dark. I get it, but whatever.
They
Don't
probably
judge
did
me.
his brother.
Don't judge me,
too.
Julia. Don't judge me.
You know, Boy Meets World, Ben Savage.
Yeah, Boy Meets
Corey
Diddler. That's what I
Savage.
called it. Boy Meets Diddler.
Yeah, but that's his
Yeah,
brother.
That's the name of the. I'll see if I can find. That's the name of the video. I got it here in my file somewhere. It's a classic. It might actually be on my YouTube. I don't have no idea. These things happen,
Anyways,
man.
JJ.
You were telling me about diddlers under the bed.
No, I'm
Michael
changing
Myers
the
is
subject.
under the bed waiting to diddle things.
It's a
Ooh, the
movie that you
Boogeyman.
should watch
Very
tonight. It's
boogeyman
called,
situation, huh?
Oh yeah, but this is
Whoa,
not for
dude.
kids. It was so fucking
What do
scary.
you mean it's not for kids? It says it right here.
They
Disney
said
Channel.
it was, but it was not for kids. I'm
Yeah,
telling
there's
you,
a whole lot of movies that they did that because once again, trauma.
What a hack writing job, Larry Houdini. Get out of town, dude.
Dude, some of these names have got to be made up.
Francis Bacon McCausland. That is definitely a made up name. Dude. Is this McDonald's world, dude? Is Mayor McCheese in this film?
You know, I was thinking about this earlier today. It's something I mentioned. The head of the FBI, his fucking name is Cash App.
Yeah, he invented the Cash App, didn't he?
Like, what the
Didn't he invent
fuck?
the Cash App?
Cash App.
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought they named that after him, Cash App. No, I've been saying that. I'm being a smart ass. They definitely his
Right.
name
Okay.
is Cash App, though.
Yeah, it's Cash App.
It's a real thing.
It's so fake.
It's not
So
Francis
fake.
Bacon McCheese, though. I mean, let's be honest.
That's true. That's true.
But JJ,
Shit's on the nose.
if you need a laugh tonight, a good Halloween movie for you to check out, starring Snoop Dogg, is it's called
Evil
Bones. Yeah,
Snoop
it's
Dogg
the most
is in a Halloween film.
ridiculous. Yes, and it
He's
is
in
the
several.
most
Was this pre or
ridiculous
post Katy Perry,
movie.
California Girls? I will have nothing to do with that man's music
It's
career after that.
before
He's
Katy
got nothing
Perry.
on Corey Feldman, ma'am.
Right. Well, you should
Well, you
check
think-
this shit out.
You should check this shit out. Snoop Dogg can't Michael Jackson dance like that.
Nobody can smoke two bongs at the same time.
Can
One
he
from
do
his
meth like
beehole
Corey? I don't
and
think he
one
can do meth
from
like Corey.
probably not.
Meth, he wouldn't stand a chance against Corey. Corey's
No.
on meth. So he does a Halloween film. Is it what's it called?
Bones.
Well, that's the name of it.
Yeah, it's called Bones, and it's
Not
starring
anything
Snoop
related to the
Dogg.
TV series Bones, right? Unrelated.
No,
not a
and
prequel?
it is not meant to be a comedy, and it is abso-fucking-lutely hilarious.
Oh, okay. So like Bordello of Blood, Corey Feldman's finest 1996 horror film. Kind of like that, then, right?
Yeah, I stumbled upon this movie on an accident, and I wish I never had.
I'd say so. It's been out since 2001. I've never seen it.
Look at this, Snoop Dogg.
Doing some devil shit, man.
Yes.
Surprise, surprise.
Is Mayor McCheese in this one too? Francis Bacon McCheese? Now I'll definitely check this out. It sounds interesting. I've never even seen it.
Yeah.
Who else we got here? Pam Grier. Okay. Kind of your standard blaxploitation film cast. She's a pretty classic character in that genre, right?
Right.
This is a made up name. Come on, dude. Merwin Mondizer. Not a real name, dude.
I mean, within all fairness,
this is not a real name. Hey, Merlin, what are you doing? Some spells, buddy?
Within all fairness, a lot of these stage names are made up. You know?
Right?
Yeah, yeah, but the way JJ pronounces stuff gets me every time. Mondesir. That's not at all. How do you say that? This is like your Jacqueline Phoenix.
Oh, Jacqueline.
Yeah, no.
He's my favorite Phoenix. With the name starts with a J. I think he's the only one that, by the way. He's a small category.
Right.
He's at the top of it.
Yeah.
So I thank y'all. I want to thank y'all again and for Merwin the Magicians and everyone else here this evening here. Join me to gill a GCD on these topics of Halloween, the Occult and Esoteric review of the 1978 cinematic masterpiece. Not my favorite John Carpenter film, but an excellent John Carpenter film. And
yeah,
we'll be bringing this thing in for a close here, and we'll allow y'all to do some closing thoughts, some summaries on the film, some plugs, and if necessary, some baking recipes if you need be. That's on you, in fact. But but before we go there, hold that thought.
Just listen to the old Pork Chop Express and take his advice on a dark and stormy night, all right? When some wild-eyed 8-foot-tall maniac grabs your neck, taps the back of your favorite head up against a barroom wall, and he looks you crooked in the eye, and he asks you if you've paid your dues, well, you just stare that big sucker right back in the eye, and you remember what old Jack Burton always says at a time like that. Have you paid your dues, Jack? Yes, sir, the check is in the mail.
Yes, sir. The check's in the mail. That's you tell them there, other JJ. That's when they ask. Paid your dues? Yes, sir. The check is in the mail. It's my favorite John Carpenter film right there.
Hell yeah. It's a
Big
great
Troubles and Little Chinas. I'm a big fan of San Francisco. Long before the Process Church, the weather underground folks there like Chase Boudin decided to let everybody shit on the sidewalk. And I caught a couple bums banging it out behind the restrooms there near the Bison pen at the Golden Gate Park. It was kind of a disastrous experience. It's a real shithole there. It's a real apocalyptic shithole. Post-apocalyptic shithole.
Gross.
Yeah, there's a couple homeless dudes. I was taking my son, little Kevin, the little human. His father, Kevin, the big human. He's named all of his children and animals Kevin. It's a weird story, but I was taking Kevin, a little human, on a tour by the Bisons one day over there in Golden Gate Park a number of years back. We'll call it circa September of 2019. And I was like, oh, look, there's the Bisons. Oh, look, there's two hobo dudes banging out behind the fucking restrooms right there, buddy. Check that out. He was 13. I mean,
classy.
It's a real shocking experience for myself and him, I'm sure. But that is San Francisco these days. You got to step over shit, and you get and sadly see hobos banging out in Golden Gate Park near the Bison pen.
Sounds like a
leftist tour guide. Hey, look here. There's the Bisons over here. Look to your left here, folks, and you'll see a couple hobos banging it out butthole style right here behind the restroom. Not even really behind it, dude. Like adjacent to it, fully out in the open. They really weren't trying to hide much. You really couldn't. You couldn't miss it.
Free love is alive and well in San Francisco.
You're kidding, sir. And it's disgusting.
Yeah,
that's
and I wanted to vomit.
What a liberal paradise.
Oh, dude, nothing says America like two hobos banging out and then wide open behind the Bison pen, dude. Golden Gate Park. That's America right there. It is America. And then you got to step over some shits on the way there and whatnot.
Gross.
You might get stabbed a bunch in between. You never know. That's San Francisco these days.
You
City by the Bay, they call it. Real gorgeous spot.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I used to love it before it turned like a shithole, dude.
Man, but the wealth disparity.
That has nothing to do with tonight's film. We're in Haddonfield, Illinois. That's a different environment. It's real stabby though, still too. Very stabby there.
So you know those Illinois people.
Well, especially ones named Michael Myers. He's getting up in there, getting real stabby. So
he's got a fan club though.
You ain't kidding, dude. You ain't kidding. Millions, dude. 2 million on TikTok, apparently.
Right.
So,
right.
I do thank you both for joining me here tonight and for your recommendations of tonight's film. So, if I could offer Julia, the Cosmic Peach, some closing thoughts on the film and/or some suggestions on baking recipes and/or life advice, and not to get stabbed in Haddonfield, Illinois. How do I avoid that? Is Haddonfield, Illinois, a real place? Should I even be concerned about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a real place. That you can't be mad at Illinois though, because they also brought us the Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I'm pretty sure 16 Candles
John
was
David Norman.
also. But anyways, Illinois is not too bad.
The Chicago Ripper Crew.
Oh, maybe.
I'm just the smiley face. I'm just naming various murders in the Chicago region.
I
Dahmer.
mean, at least we have Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it wasn't
I'm
Jeffrey
we're on
Dahmer.
different ends of that spectrum. You're on the bright and shiny side of Chicago. I do love Ferris Bueller's Day Off, by the way.
Yeah, me too. But hey, I love classic horror, and this is obviously a staple. Any recipes I can give you that are not Kentucky Fried Chicken would
You
be
got the secret spices recipes of the Colonel, do you?
right. Yeah. I mean, I love this time of year because you can get down on some like fucking chicken and dumplings and stuff like that.
I can do that 24/7, 365, ma'am. You got some biscuits and some dumplings, point me in that direction.
Oh, definitely, for sure. But yeah, no, thank you for having me for this one. Cosmic Peach Podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. This was definitely a real barn burner.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely.
A real barn burner. Speaking of barn burners, if you need to burn stuff and you want it to smell like KFC, I apologize, ma'am. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I was just going to say thanks for having me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of barn burners, if you want to have a real barn burner as well, along with this barn burner, get yourself smelling like KFC's 11 herbs and spices. Get yourself a KFC fire log. Boom.
It doesn't exist if you can't get it on Amazon. So
not an official paid endorsement, but it does smell delicious.
Oh, that's funny.
Nothing says America like 11 herbs and spices, sir, and a campfire log right in your place.
33.
Yeah, I call it 33 because he's a 33rd degree Freemason. That's the secret number. 11's the public number. It's Masonic, so they got to have a secret number on the inside.
So that was just a JJ fucking. So this is the problem is I learned stuff from you, and it's a JJ-ism.
Is there a
and
burger
then I look
element to all
stupid in
this?
front of my friends.
You're telling me there's a burger element to all this, ma'am?
Maybe.
Free fries when you get vaccinated? I got vaccinated. You're saying I could get this? These delicious fries? Wait a minute. But there's also a burger element to this? Let me check with Bill Neathart. Is it too early in the day to eat a burger? No. This could be breakfast? Okay. I want you to look at this and think about, again, some people love hamburgers, some don't. Really want to respect all ways of life. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination. Vaccination. I'm getting a very good feeling about vaccination right this moment.
Can't fucking believe that's real.
That's way scarier than Halloween.
Oh,
I
remember. I remember people.
That guy was the executive in New York City for a period.
Right.
Let's check with Phil Richardo on that one.
I remember people getting excited about getting a Krispy Kreme donut for presenting their Vax card. Like,
so
what?
There's a burger. There's a burger element to all that, sir. There's some fries and a burger element to it.
Those fries look soggy as shit, though.
Yeah, they were nasty.
The whole thing was it's tough to
disgusting.
believe that was real, but we live in a Muppet world, so
no fucking kidding. No kidding.
So, any closing thoughts there, other JJ? Thank you for joining me again here, sir, for your very first time. The old GCD.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me back for my very first time. And I always got to say this is I love horror films, right? I'm a huge fan, always have been. But on the other side of that, you also have to be careful what you put into your brain hole, because I mean, these do
Agreed.
have negative side effects.
Yes.
Or they can. It's not an automatic thing, but even people that are aware of stuff like this, certain things can still fuck us up. So,
Mhm.
you know, just always kind of just be aware. And if you genuinely feel like something is not good for you, just stop, you know? However, I think people can enjoy horror films and celebrate Halloween responsibly without, you know, playing into a lot of this. So,
Or
have a happy
sacrificing
Halloween.
cats or whatever.
Right. Or joining a
Right.
cult, or, you know, getting wrapped up in serial killer shit. You know, you can.
Yeah, there's
you
no
can
need to
do
rip
that.
and run, right? There's no need for any ripping and running, right?
Right. Right.
Right.
So I would just want
Leave
to
them
say,
buttholes alone, especially Michael Myers' butthole.
exactly.
Absolutely. I'm with Jacob on that too.
Just want to say, I hope everyone has a happy and safe Halloween. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Shit me
definitely.
candy.
Yes, exactly.
I'm a great big fat person.
But no baking recipes. I'm waiting until I find the perfect one that's gonna fit this audience. But otherwise, you can find me pretty much anywhere at Rise to Liberty, at Rise to Liberty Pod, or you can find me Beware the Mockingbird on Substack, or you can go to my store, risetoliberty.store, and go get yourself a hoodie, long sleeve shirt, whatever. I got some really cool mind control designs and all sorts of fun stuff. And otherwise, you can check out tomorrow. I'm doing a show with William Ramsey about the West Memphis 3. We're going to start tearing that whole case apart.
Oh, William.
Looking
Yep.
forward
Tell
to
him
that,
I
sir.
said, what's
Yes.
up?
I will for
I'm
sure.
also looking forward to your appearance here on Fridays this week as well, sir.
Yes, sir. I will be back on Friday with Dana and
Full-blown
JJ.
process.
Oh, yes.
We're going full-blown process. Now, it'd be good to catch up with Dana on some of her research and mash together some of the ideas I've been looking at. We've been exchanging some brief notes over recent days, and on such matters, it'll be a real barn burner. So
Oh, yeah.
I do thank
It'll be
both of
great.
you all here tonight for joining me here, and we'll have to do some more occults and/or esoteric reviews in the future. I'll put all your links in the show notes, including Julia's Ed Gein stew recipe. Thanks, Julia, for including that as well.
You're so welcome.
Hell yeah.
So,
thanks, everybody.
Anyhow, yeah. And tomorrow night, 8 and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, The Adventures of Muppet Mikey, The Life and Crimes of Which, and his pal Laser Tag Ted.
There's thousands of Americans out there. By the way, I've been shot with a laser beam twice.
Stay vigilant, folks. Sadly they got Ted twice. So watch your six. So, any last comments, alibis, statements, suggestions? Thanks,
No.
folks. The interwebs in the chat. I'm way behind of which. So, but like to see. Hope everyone feels informed, entertained about buttholes. We forgot that Julie and I forgot to do the trans investigation on Jamie Lee Curtis. We'll have to table that for a future discussion. But other than that, we'll see those Muppets. See those Muppets from Langley another time. There are good to see you hung around at the end, though, buddy. You must be a sick, sadistic son of a bitch. Stick around and get your dick knocked into the dirt all the time. I like your style, sir. Your motivations of being wrong all the time keep me, they keep me motivated. So. Any last comments, suggestions there, other JJ or Julia, the Cosmic Peach?
Happy
No, I think I'm
Halloween.
Good. Yep. Happy Halloween.
Halloween, Muppets of Langley. RR. No, awesome. Folks of the interwebs, thanks for joining us to get a little GCD, even RR. I appreciate your time. Just kidding. I don't. Go fuck yourself. And catch you next time.
Well, that's it. That's the show here, folks. So the next time you're out on the town, visiting your local watering holes, or perhaps just meandering around, and you hear the unmistakable sounds of metal clanking, and you spot signs of a disturbance, well, check your six. Look in that garbage can, because you never can tell. The GCDs may be loose in your town.